Economist, White Plains, New York.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Ole Miss Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
This is Rebels football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
And hello, everyone. Dan Courts back with you in the network studios as the national anthem just got underway in Starkville. Before we go any further and back to Davis-Wade Stadium, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Ole Miss football from Learfield. Black Friday in the SEC. We have several games ongoing today as Ole Miss gets the slate started for the weekend in the conference. Later today at 2:30 from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, 4th-ranked Georgia meets 23rd-ranked Georgia Tech. And then tonight in Austin at 6:30, it's the Lone Star Showdown between the 3rd-ranked Texas A&M Aggies and the 16th-ranked Texas Longhorns. One top 25 game kicking off alongside us at 11 a.m. 13th-ranked Utah on the road at Kansas. We will now head back to Davis-Wade Stadium. The voice of the Rebs, David Kellum, Harry Harrison, and John Darnell.
And that wraps up the national anthem of Flyover, and we're glad to see that. Some big type of plane. We didn't get the info about what it is, but it's big, no doubt. And we're ready to play some football here. You're listening to our countdown to kickoff show presented by Guarantee Bank. We are 9 minutes away from the kickoff from the Egg Bowl. It's also time now for Harry's Winning Diagnosis, brought to you by St. Dominic's. In the season strong with your yearly wellness checkup. Visit stdom.com for a clinic near you. What do you think's going to take, Harry?
Well, David, how quickly a football season passes. It only seems like a few weeks ago we were talking about Georgia State at the end of August. But here we got the last regular season game, and it's known as the Egg Bowl. So let's talk about it. And my first key on offense, and I always want to start with this offense, is tempo, David. I want this group to get so fast today that the state defensive front can't get lined up. They can't get in the right gaps. They can't substitute properly. Continue to do that and make sure they don't line up. That'll be an advantage to us. Depth, of course, as we get into this game, as we play faster, will be a key. And I think the Rebels definitely have the advantage with the depth. And my second key on offense is up front. I'm talking about this Rebel offensive line. I think is turned into the best group on this team. They're anchored by Diego Pounds and Jay and Williams, and this group has gotten better and better and better, and I think they're going to be at a big advantage today. I want Kwan Lacey to have the type of day that they had the Missouri Tigers had a few weeks ago against Mississippi State, and I think this offensive line is certainly capable of having that kind of a day. And finally, I think the third key on offense is just simply athletic. Whether it's tight ends or wide receivers, I think the Rebels have got the advantage in speed and quickness and just simply athletic ability. So we got crossing routes and bubble screens and running backs in the flats. Execute, and we're going to win the day. And we're going to flip the page and talk about this Rebel defense. very simple, win the day up front. And I'm talking about this defensive front now that's grown up in front of our eyes in this 2025 season. They're young, they got better each week, and I want them to create havoc for quarterbacks Chapin and Taylor, get in their face. State they have a really quick passing game, and as I studied film, I was trying to figure out why the hurry. Well, the reason is their offensive line has been suspect. They had a couple guys got hurt early in the season, and they've given up a lot of sacks. I want the Rebels to continue to do that up front. And my second key on defense is stop the run, and let's have some fun. So the Dogs come into this Egg Bowl with two backs they've been leaning on heavily all year. Bothwell, number 24, and Booth, number 6. They have carried the load from Mississippi State, and I want us to get that part of the offense stopped, where they're going to have to really lean on Chapin throwing the football down the field. And finally, my third key is effort leads to turnovers. This is an emotional game, but when the emotions are gone, you got to absolutely perform and play to your best ability. And I want the Rebel defense to come after Chapin and Taylor so hard today that they're going to force turnovers for this Rebel defense. I'm predicting a score today by the Ole Miss defense. If we get that done, we're going to walk out of here in a few hours with a dominant performance by this Ole Miss defense. And we got to always talk about special teams, the third category on every team. Lucas Canero, what a diamond in the rough he's been all year. I think he's missed 2 field goals on the year, and one of them was a 55-yarder. So he could be the X factor today. Let's keep him dialed in. And when we leave here, headed back north to God's country, David, in about 3 hours, we're going to go home with a big smile on our face.
So there you go, what it might take to win this one. We've got the Bulldogs coming onto the field here shortly. So will the Rebels as we're about to play the Egg Bowl. As you've been listening to Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Guarantee Bank, proud to support Ole Miss, whether you're on campus or in the stands. Guarantee Bank has your financial game plan covered. Visit Guarantee Bank today. And Heidi Tidy. Coin toss will be coming up shortly. The captains are, in fact, moving to the center of the field for Ole Miss right now. The Rebels wearing their all-white with the powder blue numbers and the Realtree helmet that we wore earlier in the year, the white and gray trim. Change the middle stripe from navy blue to powder blue. If you really want to get into the technical part, it's a 3-color stripe, and the navy has been changed to powder. A lot of Ole Miss fans here in powder blue. And, of course, you hear the cowbells for Mississippi State. The Bulldogs wearing their gray pants here today with their maroon tops and a maroon hat with the traditional MSU block letters on the side of that hat, and they've got the white numbers going as well. And we'll have John Darnell to center the field here in just a moment and have that coin toss for Egg Bowl 2025. We indeed look forward to it. Game sponsor for the Egg Bowl, again, is our friends at Facebook. It's always game day in your group. Check out Facebook groups today. Well, both State and Ole Miss are 5-6 in coin tosses this year. Golden opportunity for John Darnell to win at least that to start the game. What do you think?
Well, I think that's I read where Jeff Levy, the head coach at Mississippi State, he's much like Lane Kiffin. Maybe that's where he picked it up. He likes the football first.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we may lose the toss and lose the ball to start with, have to defer the second half, which is a defensive guy. I'm okay with that.
Levy spent 2 years in Oxford directing the Ole Miss offense, coaching quarterbacks, and under his direction there, the Rebel offense led the SEC in total offense in 2020 and in 2021. He got semifinalist honors for the Broyles Award as well. And now we've got our current offense coordinator in that boat too. Here come the Rebels onto the field following the cheerleaders into powder blue. Getting some cheers with a lot of Ole Miss fans here, but a lot of boos as well from the fans of Mississippi State.
You wouldn't expect anything else down here in Scoreboard, David. We come out of here in about 4 hours. That cowbell's probably going to be ringing in your ear for a couple days, but maybe we can send them home at halftime.
John Darnell will have the coin toss. The captain still just standing on the side of the field waiting for Mississippi State to run on the field here shortly. Kickoff is about 2 minutes and 20 seconds away according to the clock. They got an 0-7 kick for this one. One of the things for the Rebels, rushing touchdowns have really jumped, especially the last couple of weeks with Lacey getting 6 in the last 2 games. Ole Miss has 31 on the year. The record, the 2022 team had 33. The 1959 team had 33 in 11 games. And the 2021 team had 33. So 31 is tied with the 1954 team, 2 away from tying and 3 away from breaking the Ole Miss record on rushing touchdowns. And here comes Mississippi State now onto the field following Bully. And it kind of goes back to what we've said about Lane Kiffin and his offensive strategy. He wants balance and loves to run the ball. It's not always pass, pass, pass.
No, I think he's in the years past, he's definitely wanted to be 50-50 with the run-pass combination. Now you got a quarterback, David, which is a +1 in the backfield that can run the football with Trinidad Chambliss. That gives you a little more of a being able to go against a defense that doesn't know that the quarterback's going to run it. And of course, State might alter that with their big quarterback, Taylor, who's the freshman.
They had the smoke for the team running onto the field. And now the captains are headed toward the center of the field. Let's throw it to John Darnell.
John Harris, Cam Franklin, Diego Pounds, and Jaden Williams, captains for Ole Miss. We hope we get that win for you, David, right here.
All right. Whoever wins will take the ball, as we just said, more than likely.
Very good chance. I think we sent our big guys out there, didn't we?
Yeah, got the big guys out there.
Welcome to today's contest. Mississippi State, you're the home team. Ole Miss, you're the visitors, and you call the toss. This is the coin. The SEC is heads. The teams, tails. Your call.
Tails.
Tails is the call. It is tails. You win the toss.
Well, you win it. We won the toss, David. We will receive the football.
All right, so we'll get it again, Harry. Rebels go first. Ole Miss will go right to left from our vantage point. Mississippi State will start the game left to right. Your head referee, James Carter, you heard on the microphone. SEC crew ready to call this Egg Bowl here in Starkville.
And if it's the little wins, we'll take the first one right there to win the toss.
Smoke still hovering over the stadium. We've got partly clear sky, mostly clear skies. And no chance of rain, about 1%. That's just to make the weather people okay if it does happen. But it is cold, 40 degrees on kickoff. And we're told 48 now. It was 40 degrees when we started the pregame show. So a little bit on the chilly side, but as Harry pointed out in our pregame show earlier, boy, great weather to play football if you're a player.
This is the way you want to play, David, especially defensively. You want to have this cold, crisp day when you come up and hit somebody. You knock the breath out of them. Take them a minute to get up.
Kicking off for Mississippi State will be Kyle Ferry, the junior from Searcy, Arkansas. 43 kicks, 22 touchbacks on the year, so his percentage right at 50%. You might have a chance to return it. And back for Ole Miss is Isaiah Hartrop, 19 average, 38 is his long. Had a 38-yard return against Oklahoma. And Logan Diggs is the up back, another running back, 24.7, 42 is his long. Here's the kick, and it's going to go into the end zone on the right side. And we are underway in the 2025 Egg Bowl, and the Rebels will start at the 25-yard line. We'll have it first offensively.
Yeah, line drive kick. Never had an opportunity to return that one, but it's always good to be at the 25 when you first snap.
Ole Miss will send a receiver wide out to the left, and that will be Stribling. Trinidad Chambliss again as your quarterback. First play of the game, ball on the right hash for the Rebels. 2 receivers to the right. Kind of got an I formation in the backfield with Wright and Lacey. Now sends another receiver way wide out to the right. There's the snap. Fake on a handoff. Quick pass over there is caught, and working the sidelines for a few yards is Trey Wallace. Wallace late broke all the way to the boundary. Brumfield and Manning end up making the tackle. They'll put it at the 28, so a 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7 for Ole Miss. Ball still on the right hash. Gun formation again for Chambliss. Twin receivers left and right. Lacey off his left shoulder. Handoff to Lacey. Lacey goes off the right side, hit and driven back as he got to the 29 and driven back hard there. He'll get only a yard out of that. Good job by the Bulldogs. Brandon Jennings, who did get the start, the redshirt senior from Hines Community College. 4 quarterback hurries on the year for him. Leads the team. So the Rebels now looking at 3rd down and 6 from the 29. Bulldog defense trying to get a stop on the first possession. Ole Miss will have 3 receivers to the left. State shows blitz. Now they drop back. Chambliss back to throw. In the pocket, lots of time. Over the middle. Got his man at the 45. To the 50, it's Wallace. To the 45, to the 40. Knocked off his feet at the 36-yard line, right over the middle of the field. And the Rebels get a big one there and will pick up 36 yards. Brumfield and Smith bring him down.
Yeah, high throw, but a great catch by Trey Wallace to pick up the big first down.
1st and 10 for the Rebels. A Rebel first down brought to you by Bank First. They sponsor our first downs. And now give to Lacey for a little bit of a pickup. We'll see where they officially spot it. Nick Mitchell on the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 36 of Mississippi State. They put it at the 32, so he ended up getting 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, he's going to continue to try to run stretch plays, off tackle, David. That's what has been working against Mississippi State. I'm sure the Rebels are going to go heavy on the stretch plays.
Ball's
today.
in the middle of the field. 3-man front for Mississippi State here. There's the snap. And a handoff to Lacey, running left, gets a block, gets to the edge. He's to the 25, the 20, down the sidelines to the 10, to the 5. He's in the end zone. Ole Miss strikes first in the 20-25 Egg Bowl as Lacey takes it in from 32 yards out.
Did I mention stretch plays might be run a lot today, David? Took the words right out of my mouth. Lacey was going to stretch it to the left side. Got a great block from the left tackle, Diego Pounds. Hit the corner, nobody there to set the edge. He just simply outran the Bulldogs down the sideline for the score.
Lucas Carnero, the junior from Cornelius, North Carolina, transfer from Western Kentucky, will attempt the PAT. Carter Shorts, the snapper, out of Hoover, Alabama, transferred in from Bama. Oscar Bird, the punter, is also the holder. Snap back and down. The kick is on its way, and it is good. And the Rebels take a 7-0 lead. A Rebel Rags touchdown. When you touch down in Oxford, be sure to make Rebel Rags your first stop. Rebel fans celebrating 20 years with Rebel Nation. Rebel Rags, anything, everything, Ole Miss. 7-0 Ole Miss with 13:05 to go in the first quarter on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Hey, Rebel fans. Got a house hotter than a Mississippi summer or pipes colder than your team's rival? It's time to call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Whether it's cooling you down, heating you up, fixing those leaky pipes, or keeping your lights on, Air South's got your back. We're the champions of home comfort, just like your Rebels on the field. Call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical today, where your home is our home field. Call Air South now at 662-304-8412. Air South, we care more.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Snakes, zombies, sharks, heights, speaking in public. The list of fears is endless. But while you're clutching your blanket in the dark, wondering if that sound in the hall was actually a footstep, the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. And while you might think a great white shark is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The 122nd meeting overall between Ole Miss and Mississippi State in the 98th battle for the Golden Egg is presented by Facebook. Real Ole Miss fans know. Check out Facebook groups today for live reactions, team rivalries, and all the Rebel spirit. Ole Miss strikes on a 5-play, 75-yard drive to open the game. 1:55, a 31-yard run officially is what they called it for Lacey for the touchdown. And the Rebels up 7-0 with a good PAT. And for Lacey, touchdown number 20.
Good round number. Let's hope we can leave this field today with a new record of touchdowns from an Ole Miss team.
Carnero set to kick. 75 kicks, 68 touchbacks for 91%. And deep to receive for Mississippi State is Gayton. Xavier Gayton, number 22. Here's the kick. And this is going to be fair caught and then dropped at the 8-yard line. And State will start at the 25-yard. They held it long enough. It was Gillette, who's listed as a linebacker, that caught that one. I'm not sure if that's the right 16, but nonetheless.
Yeah, he fumbled it, David, which everybody went, okay, what happens now? But fortunately,
you get it at the spot if they might. Okay, so they said he didn't hold it long enough. They're going to start at the 3 here.
That's right. They dropped the ball. That's going, and I thought maybe our kicking team thought maybe he's going to run. So that broke down.
So John Darnell, they're going to be backed up.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. The freshman getting the start from Mississippi State, backed up on his own 3-yard line right here.
Starting for the Bulldogs, Kamario Taylor. They went with him instead of Chapin, the redshirt freshman from Macon, Mississippi. He's 15-24 for 210 yards, 63% through the air. 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions. He's run it 44 times for 222 yards and 5 rushing touchdowns. Chris Graves is going to start at cornerback with the missing Antonio Kite, the junior from Fort Myers, Florida, transfer from Miami. Here's a handoff off the right side, stacked up, and a lost yardage play as Fluff Bothwell could not turn the corner on William Eccles, who comes in to make the tackle for Ole Miss. So the fair catch call and drop recovery means they lose the opportunity to get the 25-yard line. So this is a 1-yard loss to the 2, and Mississippi State has 2nd down and 11. Want to hold them in there. There's the snap, fake on the handoff, crossing route, caught, and then tackled at the 20 is Thompson. If he did not get upended by Beavers, he would have scored on that play. It was a slant route out to the 20-yard line, so a pickup of 18 and a 1st down.
Yeah, definitely beat the corner Beavers on the slant route, and was unfortunately for him, Beavers was able to trip him up.
Boy, let him get open there on that one. Running right is Bothwell, the running back to the 25, picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Mississippi State as he's tackled by Xavier Harris.
Yeah, run off the right side, but good job there of stacking it up with the linebackers coming up to help up on the tackle.
So the Bulldogs got breathing room now. They are now out at their 25-yard line, 2nd and 5 from the 25. There's the snap. Fake on the handoff. Quarterback keeper off the left side. Getting blocks across the 30-31 is Taylor for a 1st down. Cam Franklin on the tackle. And the Bulldogs will move the sticks again and pick up the 1st down. They'll put it actually at the 32, so that was a 7-yard pickup for the quarterback. Taylor?
Anytime you got a running quarterback, that gives you an advantage when that quarterback can run like that.
Fake on the handoff. Slant over the middle. Caught at the 45. Broken tackle to midfield to the 40 to the 38 is Traore, the tight end, and he broke clear. Big play for the Bulldogs. They're all the way down to the Ole Miss 39-yard line, and that'll be a pickup of 29 yards, tackled by Beavers and Gushiken. Ready again. They're moving fast. Both teams will play quickly. Handoff right side. Bothwell works to the sidelines, gets around the 35. We'll see where they officially spot it. Tackled by Dottery for Ole Miss. State has now marched from their own 3, then actually got backed up to the 2, and now have moved down to the 37-yard line. He only got a couple on that, so 2nd down, 2nd and 8 for Mississippi State.
Yeah, you got to have good, crisp tackling. David State's going to try to get a running game established with a big quarterback, so Rebels have got to tackle and get them to the ground.
Womack, Brown, and Umami Ellen have entered the game now defensively for the Rebels. Handoff straight ahead, tackled at the 35-yard line as Bothwell off the right side. Penetrating through and making the stop is Andrew Maddox, the freshman from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Oak Grove High School, in the game early. They'll spot it at the 36, actually, so give him only a yard. 3rd down and 6 coming up for Mississippi State. 3rd down and 7, actually. 3rd and 7 from the 36-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. In motion goes Thompson, their speedster, to give them 3 to the left. There's the snap. Taylor wants to throw in the pocket, swings it far side. Got his man Thompson at the 30, makes one man miss, and then dives to the 25-yard line and gets the first down. He'll have an 11-yard pickup tackled by Chris Graves.
Well, David, we had a shot at him early when he just caught the football, but did not have that. Jalen Braxton had a shot probably to hold him for put it at 4th down, but did not make the tackle. Thompson able to break away from that tackle in the open field and move the stakes.
They gave him 12 to the 24-yard line, so 1st and 10 for Mississippi State at the Ole Miss 24. Ricky Johnson just comes in for Thompson. Hope Thompson needs a rest a long time. Johnson is a redshirt freshman from Warner Robins, Georgia. There's a handoff straight ahead into the teeth of the Rebel defense goes Bothwell, and he is stacked up not much at all, maybe a yard or two. Eccles and Andrew Jones combining on the stop for Ole Miss.
Yeah, you're talking about 2 young defensive linemen, David, a sophomore and a true freshman, doing a good job right there in the middle.
So from the 22-yard line, 2nd down, 8 for State. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ole Miss scored on their opening possession. It's 7-0 Rebels, but State on the march. Keeping it running left, the quarterback Taylor. Taylor breaks to the 10, to the 5. He's in the end zone, and the Bulldogs are a PAT away from tying it.
Yeah, Taylor got on the edge, David. Nobody there for the Rebels to set the edge. Just ran through a couple of would-be tacklers and just raced in the end zone for Mississippi State. That's way too easy. I'm sure Pete Gold is not going to be happy with that effort right there.
22-yard touchdown run for Taylor, and State started at their own 3-yard line and then lost a yard. So ended up basically going 98 to get this one. 7-6 Ole Miss. Point after attempt is coming up, and that'll be Kyle Ferry.
Stop play for some reason.
Yeah, they're talking about it.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 8:50. 8:50 on the game clock.
Ferry's a junior from Searcy, Arkansas, to attempt the PAT. The long snapper is Ethan Myers. The holder is Marion Hawk. And that drive was 10 plays, officially 97 yards in 4 minutes and 19 seconds. Taylor with a 22-yard touchdown run, his 6th touchdown run of the season. PAT to tie it. Well, both offenses come out roaring here in the start of the Egg Bowl. Left-footed kicker, and the kick's on its way, and good. They got a left-footed punter and a left-footed kicker. Only FBS team that has primary kickers that both are left-footed. And we got a timeout. State's tied it at 7-7 with 8:50 to go in the first quarter on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Trey Willis, left tackle.
Marshall Jones, wide receiver.
Alex Philbin, running back.
Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
This is Rebels football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
8:50 to go in the first quarter. Both teams scoring their opening drive. 75 yards for Ole Miss, 97 for Mississippi State. The Rebels can-do comes in red. When Ole Miss goes for fourth downs, they're sponsored by Mid-South Ag Equipment, your North Mississippi Case IH dealer. Getting the job done starts with choosing the right red tractor. Let Mid-South Ag Equipment help find the right red tractor for your operation with locations in Byhalia, Tunica, Clarksdale, and Sumner, or visit them online at midsouthag.com because can-do comes in red. The Ole Miss offense so far on the year is 17 of 25 on fourth downs for 68%. Right now, time for the Bulldogs to kick. It'll be Ferry kicking it off, and back to receive deep will be Hartrop again for Ole Miss with Diggs up in front of him, standing around the 7-yard line. Diggs to the far side and Hartrop to the near side, which is kind of a flip because this is a left-footed kicker. You might expect him to pull it a little bit. Ferry ready to kick. Mississippi State answering the Rebel touchdown, and we're at 7-7 here in the Egg Bowl.
Yeah, several missed tackles on that drive, David, but a good job by State of answering on the Rebel score.
Here's the kick. It goes into the end zone about 7 yards deep. A touchback, and Ole Miss will start again at the 25-yard line. Let's check with John Darnell. John, we did not have a real good defensive effort there against that first drive by the Dogs.
Yeah, not at all. They took it 97 yards and really didn't slow them down much. That big third down they had, we just missed the tackle out there. We're going to drop 8. You got to tackle them when they throw the short pass in the flat.
And Perkins had a hand on him, couldn't get him down on that run a moment ago as well for the TD. 8:50 to go, first quarter, 7-7. Ole Miss's turn again. The Rebels have Winston Watkins in for the first time and also Deuce Alexander as receivers. Alexander comes in motion to the near side to set up as a lone receiver off the line to the left. There's the snap to Chambliss. Chambliss runs out to his right, fires, got his man, diving catch by Ole Miss to save what was not a real good throw, Trey Wallace. Trey's just been fantastic all year. They'll spot this at the 37, so it's a 12-yard gain, and that will be a bank first down for Ole Miss.
Yeah, Trey, we leaned on him all season, David, from a punt returner to a consistent wide receiver. He's been quite the get.
Wallace was in the area, but he just basically dove and caught that with no tackle. Now off the right side, Lacey. State gets some guys over there, holds him to only about a 2-yard gain, tackled by Silla of Mississippi State.
Yeah, tried to take it off that right side, but the Mississippi State, good job with the linebackers filling that hole.
He got 3 yards to the 40 they gave him, so second down and 7 for Ole Miss. From the Rebel 40, ball on the right hash. Clock running with 7:56 to go first quarter. We're tied at 7-7. There's the snap. Fake to Lacey. Near side. Caught by Watkins. He makes the first man miss. Gets to the 50, then the 45-yard line. Excellent move to get around the safety and get downfield. Isaac Smith ends up making the tackle there, but Lanier missed him originally down to the 45 of the Bulldogs. That's a 15-yard pickup and another bank first down. A lot of yak yards on that one. Now you got Lacey again, and Lacey, after a couple of yards, stacked up and driven back.
Yeah, Lacey would like to have that one back, David. He should have cut the ball back out this side towards the State sideline. He had an offensive lineman leading him through there. He just made the wrong cut. He'll get back outside as he did early in the drive.
DJ Reed, backup defensive tackle, and Jeray Bledsoe combining on that stop, who's in at nose tackle right now. From the 43-yard line, 2nd and 8 for Ole Miss after the 2-yard pickup. We're at 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, score tied 7-7. 3-man front for the Bulldogs. The handoffs to Lacey again, working the right side. Now tries to come back to the middle. He runs into Bulldog traffic and is tackled. He ran away from his blockers there, John, and got stacked up for only a 1-yard pickup.
Yeah, tried to cut it back to the left and really got hit hard by the linebacker and just couldn't regain his momentum. So big third down right here for the Rebels.
Isaac Smith and Nick Mitchell there. Smith led the SEC in total tackles last year with 127, was 7th nationally. 4th on the team this year, though. Fulton, Mississippi native that made the stop. Ole Miss looking at 3rd down and 7 from the Bulldog 42. Ball's in the middle field. Bunch set with 3 receivers to the right. One comes in motion. That's Wallace. Now goes back and sets. Here's the snap. Chambliss is going to take it for a quarterback run right up the gut, dives for the first down, and looks like he's got it at the 34-yard line of Mississippi State. An 8-yard pickup, another bank first down. Mitchell on the tackle.
Well, David State had manned up in the secondary, and Chambliss just pulled that one down, so he had a lot of green grass with backs to him, and he just took off and ran with it.
Fake on a handoff, quick out route, caught. There's a flag that flies. It's Watkins catching on the sidelines, fights to the sidelines, to the yard marker for the first down. He's going to be a tad bit shy, possibly, but we do have a flag down. It came on that snap. Rebels might not have been set as we were,
I think it's offsides,
hustling up, or either State jumped off sides. Isaac Smith on that tackle.
Offside, number 27 of the defense lined up in the neutral zone. The result of the play of the first down, the penalty is declined.
Okay, so the Rebels did get the first down to the 24-yard line, so exactly a 10-yard pickup. Hibbler is the one who jumped off sides, and so the Rebels will decline the penalty, take the bank first down to the 24, and it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldog 24-yard line. Rebels trying to regain the lead. Second possession of the day for Ole Miss on this chilly morning in Starkville at Davis Wade Stadium. While on the right hash, 1st and 10 for Ole Miss. Lacey's in the backfield. 2 receivers wide left for Ole Miss. Snap to Chambliss. Fakes the handoff. Wants to throw. 1-on-1 toward the end zone. The catch is made. It's a touchdown to Trey Wallace. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Well, David, a great job of mixing run and pass all the way down the field after receive the kickoff. And right there, Trey Wallace on a man coverage on their left corner over there just simply outran the defender from Mississippi State. Could not have been thrown any better. It looked like a John Darnell pass and dropped it in the bucket.
Brumfield was covered and couldn't stay with him. The transfer from the University of Memphis, Trey Wallace, with a touchdown grab, his 3rd of the season. It was from 24 yards out, and the Rebels have regained the lead, and now the PAT up and coming. Another Rebel Rags touchdown. Check them out. Rebel Rags, anything, everything Ole Miss. Point after for Carnero. Snap back and down. Kick is on its way. Kick is good, and Ole Miss now leads 14-7 with 5:22 to go in the first quarter. And we'll take a break on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dos with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dos with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is Jake Mangum for Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance. One of the most underrated attributes in baseball is determination. It's one thing to want to do something and another altogether to get it done. That's why I love the team at Farm Bureau. They get the job done every single time. If you aren't already on the team, it's time to join Farm Bureau. Visit favrates.com for great rates on home and auto insurance, or find a local agent at msfbins.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
You're listening to Ole Miss Football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
To go in the first quarter. Ole Miss leading 14-7 over Mississippi State here in the 2025 Egg Bowl. 8 plays, 75 yards, and 328 this time. Chambliss finds Wallace for a 24-yard touchdown. Strike at a 15-yard catch and run by Watkins, a 12-yard one by Wallace earlier in the drive. Those were all big plays. Trinidad Chambliss is off to a 6-for-6 start for 97 yards and a touchdown. Lacey, 6 rushes for 45 yards and a touchdown as well. Hey, you can test drive the Ford F-150 official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Like the Rebels, this truck has a strong tradition earned with outstanding capability and smart features like a mobile generator. That's how you create a fan favorite. Go Rebs. And we're ready for the kickoff from Conero.
Well, we can see number 22 is back there to receive. The closest guy here is either number 6 or number 3, David. Not
Xavier
sure
Gayton is the deep man for Mississippi State, and also Anthony Evans, number 3.
Gotcha.
16, we think, that was out there earlier is Colin Wilson, is what we were told by the press box. But nonetheless, it's Gayton back there at the moment. It hasn't mattered much with Carnero. Evans is the closest to us and the deepest, if you will, for the right-footed kicker. Carnero approaches the football and hits this one. It's high and shallow. Let's see if they call a fair catch or let it hit. It's going to hit about a yard deep in the end zone.
And that's what we consider shallow. It only went 2 yards deep in the end zone. Normally they're out the back of the end zone, but there's a breeze up high. I think Canero's kicking into the breeze, but he kicks with such just effortless, with his leg. It looks like he's just barely getting into it, but it certainly went 2 yards deep in the end zone. State's going to have it at their 25.
Got to play better defense, Harry.
Much better. David did not play the run game well at all.
Bulldogs on the right hash. Camaro Taylor still at quarterback. The freshman from Macon, Mississippi, did a great job leading his offense. The first possession, he puts Thompson in motion, takes the snap, keeps it himself, runs right, is hit and driven out of bounds after maybe a couple of yards. Taylor keeper to the right sidelines, into the Bulldog sidelines, tackled by Xavier Harris for Ole Miss. So a 2-yard gain. Second down, 8 for Mississippi State from the 27. Now in is Xavier Gayton as a running back. Sophomore from Brookhaven, Mississippi's got a couple of touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, good job by 51 Xavier Harris, Dave, just spreading that run out.
There's the snap and a handoff straight up the middle to Gayton. He's got some room across the 30 up to the 33. Knocked off his feet there. He'll pick up 7. And on the tackle, Taj Chambers, the backup linebacker, senior from Arlington, Texas, transferred in from Missouri State, and some Taryn Perkins. And State at the 33 has a short 3rd and 2 now to try to move the chains. Ball on the right hash, twin receivers left and right. The speedster Thompson's in the slot to the right, but on the line of scrimmage, the wideout is off the line here on the near side. Got an H-back left. Quarterback keeper. Taylor wants to run right. He's got the first down. Doesn't even get touched till he gets to the 37 and knocked out of bounds. Rebels unable to get to him. Good blocking by the Bulldogs, so that'll move the chains for State. Braxton and Perkins knocked him out of bounds, but a first down for State at the 40. Let's see where they officially spotted. 38-yard line. They didn't give him all the way to the 40, so he got to the 38-yard line where it was a 5-yard pickup and a first down for the Bulldogs. They're ready to go again. 2 receivers to the right, both on the line of scrimmage, and they both go downfield. That might be not a good opportunity to throw the ball, but they do. They fire it to Thompson. He was open across the middle, but behind him. It looked to me like both receivers on this side were actually on the line of scrimmage, and the officials missed it. That means he was covered up. Thompson was covered. Maybe he was off just enough. We're way up here, but it's incomplete nonetheless, and 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, not a good throw at all from Taylor, but the Rebels are only rushing 3, David dropping 8, but it was a kind of a crossing post route by Thompson. He was definitely open, just a poor throw.
We're going to have to watch him all day long. Here's a handoff, running left to the 40, to the 41 is Gayton. And Gayton will be stacked up there after the 3-yard gain. Daughtery and Perkins. State's now got a 3rd down and longer coming up. 3rd down and a long 7, actually. Looks like they're going to spot it really right at the 40. Yeah, the ball's on the 40. So 3rd and 8 for Mississippi State. Imani Ellen comes in for Harris. 3rd down for the Bulldogs from their own 40-yard line. 3rd down, 8. Gun formation for Taylor. There's the snap. Looks to his right. Fires to the sidelines and throws it away. The receiver went deep, Thompson, and he had pretty good coverage. Staying with him all the way down the sidelines was Braxton. And he threw it to the near sidelines, John, and there was nobody in the route there, so that's an incompletion. State will have to punt.
Yeah, nobody even close there, and that's what you want to put that quarterback in 3rd and long situations. I mean, such a good runner. They get 3rd and short, they're just going to run him, but big stop there for the defense after we answered the score.
Ethan Pulliam is set to punt. His longest is 67, a fair catch called back by Wallace. Wallace, 8.1 average. His longest return is 26, and Pulliam has a 47.2 average. He's had a very good year. He's a sophomore from right here in Starkville. 5-star punter out of high school. Played some second base at Mississippi State in baseball in the 23 and 24 season. 1 for 5 in 2 games against Ole Miss in 2024. That's digging deep. And now the Rebels get the ball back. It'll be at the 22 after that punt, and we will have gotten a stop there, Harry, after that 38-yard punt.
I'm going to throw you another little wrinkle. He's a left-footed punter, so the ball comes off his foot different if you're a return guy.
Yeah, the only school in the nation with a left-footed kicker and punter. Ole Miss, first down to the 22. The Rebels have scored on the first 2 drives. Trips to the left for Chambliss. Hands it off to Lacey. Lacey straight ahead. Will get to the 24 before he's knocked off his feet. Only a couple of yards. Second down, 8. So far, the Bulldogs done a pretty good job keeping Lacey from breaking a big one. Williams and Manning on the tackle.
Yeah, has only had one long run, and that was on the touchdown jaunt he had early in the quarter.
Second down, 8 for Ole Miss. From the 24-yard line, the Rebels, ball on the right hash. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Chambliss moves Lacey to his left shoulder in the gun formation. Here comes the blitz. Chambliss in the pocket. It's going to throw deep, and it's interference holding. Caden Lee was the intended receiver, and he got grabbed by Lanier in front of everybody out here in the middle of the field, Harry, and that should be an easy mark-on.
Yeah, he did. You know, in college football, it's only a 15-yard penalty. In the next level, they get you at the point of a foul, but probably a good thing by the defender to grab Caden Lee.
Defense, number 3.
All right, Caden Lee would have been still running with the football,
Automatic
David.
first down.
But that's exactly who Trinidad Chambliss was throwing the ball to, was a deep post route to Caden Lee, and he was held as he ran past the safety.
Brylan Lanier on the holding, the free safety out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Played, though, at East Mississippi Community College. In Scuba, you been there, Harry?
I've been through there.
Oh, I've stopped and called games in Scuba back in the day. Oh, yeah.
Really? Well, I've been through there.
Darby and I both went. We found some.
Not a lot to see there.
We stopped at a convenience store, and the the sausages that he got were outdated by 10 years. From the 39-yard line, fake on a handoff. Chambliss wants to throw. Wide open is Lee over the middle at the 50-yard line. Makes one man miss. Still running and dropped at the 40 of Mississippi State. It went back to Caden Lee, John, and it worked out. A big play.
Yeah, they're trying to play man-to-man coverage on us walking up. We're doing a good job picking that up and picking up the blitz and giving Trinidad some time.
21-yard gain to Lee for another bank first down for Ole Miss. Now from the 40-yard line, handoff running right, Lacey. Lacey stacked up after 2, maybe 3. They've done a really good job with him so far. But we'll see where they officially spot it. Jamil Burrows, a backup, made that tackle a moment ago on the previous play. And now Jennings and Manning combined on this one. Let's see where they spotted at the 36. So give him a 4-yard pickup. It'll be second down and 6 for Ole Miss. Rebels lead 14-7 with 1:46 going to first quarter. Hand off to Lacey again. Lacey straight ahead. Tries to squirm through. State gets him on the ground at the 33-yard line. And that will be a 3-yard pickup. It's third down and 3 for Ole Miss. Tony Mitchell on the tackle with Calvin Dinkins for Mississippi State.
David, you want to keep running the football because their safeties, they're cheating up. They're playing like the linebackers. They're coming towards the line of scrimmage. We're going to throw over the top.
Third down and 3 for Ole Miss. It's Lacey again off the right side. He's hit and stoned backwards. Big tackle for the Bulldogs. He'll gain a yard to the 32. It's Manning who filled the gap, and boy, that was a textbook tackle.
Yeah, Manning is the safety. They keep cheating up, trying to help out with those linebackers on the run game, and the Rebels will, if we keep running that play, we're going to run play action and catch them cheating.
We're going to add Trace Bruckler as a tight end, and the Rebels are going for it on 4th down here. 4th down and 2 from the Bulldog 32-yard line, presented by Mid-South Ag Equipment. There's the snap. Chambliss keeps it. He's got the first down and slides in. Actually, it's a direct snap to Lacey. It was Lacey on the snap, goes straight ahead off the left tackle guard maybe, John. Found the opening and got the first down to the 23.
Yeah, good job by the offensive line right there on a big play, 4th down. And good job by Lacey, hard runner right there.
9-yard pickup. Smith on the tackle. 1st and 10 for Ole Miss. Another bank first down. A direct snap to Lacey. A wild Rebel play. Logan Diggs now is checked in for him, the senior out of Louisiana, transferred from LSU. The snap, option to the near side, looks like actually just a quarterback run and a little bit there. But State strung that one out nicely, and Chambliss picks up maybe a couple. Kelly Jones kept him from turning the corner. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Kelly Jones is a 6'4 cornerback, David. He came up and kind of set the edge as the quarter goes to all zeros.
So the Rebels will have the ball as we start the second quarter with a 2nd down and 8 at the Bulldog 21, leading 14-7 as the first quarter is over in Egg Bowl 2025. We'll be back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of the Rebels, where over 64,000 voices rise to a crescendo, helping turn big plays into Mississippi mayhem. Ford trucks have an iconic tradition too, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 and 2024 total sales.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Davis Wade Stadium in Starkville, Mississippi. Hey, Rebel fans, no matter where you are watching this season or listening to us, be sure to buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go for Dos. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York. As we get ready for the second quarter, Ole Miss leads 14-7 and on the move at the Bulldog 21-yard line. We'll have a 2nd down and 8 up and coming. 20 plays for 192 yards in the first quarter for Ole Miss, 16 plays for 112 for Mississippi State. Chambliss 7 of 7, 118 yards and a touchdown. Lacey 11 carries for 64 yards. Taylor's 3 of 5 for 59 yards. He's rushed the ball 4 times for 36 yards and a touchdown. 10 first downs for Ole Miss, 6 for Mississippi State. Both teams scored on their opening possessions. Then the Rebels held the Dogs and now are working on third possession after scoring on the second possession.
Yeah, 3 possessions. Rebels trying to finish this drive with another score, David. Put us up 2 scores in the contest. We'd certainly like to finish here with a big 7 points.
Ball's on the far hash, left hash. Ole Miss is flip-flop going left to right now. State right to left. 2nd down and 8 from the 21. Jaden Williams is in as a cornerback. Junior from Mobile, Alabama for State. Transfer from Kennesaw State. Ole Miss flip-flops 3 guys to the right-hand side. One of those is Daquan Wright. Got Bruckler in there too. Fake on a handoff. 1-on-1 near side, and it's overshot. It was Trey Wallace. It was kind of in a little arm push there, John, on the near side. Couldn't get free and go to the end zone. That's incomplete.
Yeah, it's one of those, they let Trinidad throw it if he sees 1-on-1. And he threw it, but Trey Wallace didn't. He continued to block like it was a running play.
Jaden Williams was over there guarding that for the Bulldogs. Big 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 8 for Ole Miss from the State 21. Trips to the right. You got Alexander Lee and Stribling over here. Wright is on the left side by himself as a tight end. Chambliss looks to the sidelines. 14-7 Ole Miss, 14:55 to go in quarter number 2. Now we have a whistle and a false start on Ole Miss. You got Diggs in there as the running back. That just took too long to get it going.
You can't have those offensive linemen, David.
Offense, number 75, 5-yard penalty.
That's kudos. You can't have them down in their stance that long. We obviously got to the line of scrimmage and checked off, which took even longer. But you had a 3rd and 8. Now you backed it up to 3rd and 13. You certainly want to be careful here. Don't give State anything easy or cheap.
Lacey comes back in the game for Diggs. The ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line where it is 3rd down and 13 for Ole Miss. Left hash. Lacey off the left shoulder of Chambliss. Play clock down to 5. Now Stribling in motion. There's the snap. And it's going to be Lacey straight up the gut, and Lacey will get knocked off his feet at the 20. We'll pick up 6. It'll be 4th and 7. You'll see the field goal unit come out. Silla on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, probably really high percentage play there, David. Just simply run it off tackle, which Lacey did. State was backed up, thinking throw all the way, and Lacey picked up a quick 7 yards or 8 yards, and now the Rebels are in good shape, kicking with a heavy-legged Canero.
Yeah, Lucas Canero is 21 of 23 on the year, 54. Career-wise, he's 48 of 54, and this range is 11 of 13. This year, a perfect 6 for 6. It'll be from the 28, a 38-yard attempt. Kicks on the way. He's got the leg in the distance, but he's going to miss it. Pushed it and missed the chip shot. That is really rare for him. And, boy, the Bulldogs really celebrate trying to use that as a focal point, John.
Yeah, just missed it left, and he's been solid all year. But just didn't come off his foot good. Ball's kind of twisting when he kicked it, and it just went left.
So the Bulldogs will flip it over and start at their own 20-yard line as they will get the stop on the missed field goal. Ole Miss leading 14-7.
Yeah, the Rebels got down in score position, David. Got a little too cute, tried to check off a long play clock, and you pick up that 5-yard penalty, and that really took you out of a position 3rd and very long to try to pick that up. So the Rebels went for the high percentage field goal, didn't come up with it. State's got a little momentum back here as they take the football back.
Got it to the edge of the green zone to the 20-yard line, presented by Wade Incorporated, but couldn't get the field goal. WadeInc.com is where you find Wade Incorporated. Running for his life in the backfield is Taylor, trying to spin around and now drop. Taylor turned a big loss into a 2-yard gain there. Jamarius Brown made the tackle, the sophomore from Moss Point in the game for Ole Miss. It'll be 2nd and 8 for State from the 22.
Yeah, I think it was Cam Franklin or Umana Malin one, had him in the dead in the backfield. He was able to spin away from him and then picked up yard?
2 yards, 2nd and 8. Trips to the left. Taylor's going to run right here. He's got an opening. He's the 30, 35, the 45. Sidesteps a man to the 50, down the sidelines and pushed out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Big run for the freshman quarterback. Gushkin makes the tackle for Ole Miss, but all the way to the Rebel 39. That's a 39-yard run.
Yeah, that gives you a big running quarterback, David. Made some guys miss and just turned on the jets. Quite an athlete here is Taylor.
First down from the 39 of Ole Miss. State's ready to snap it again. Fake on a handoff. He wants to throw. Tipped to the line. Tipped again. Up in the air. The Rebels pick it off. It's going to be Uman Mielen on a double tip. And got the pick, and the Rebels will take over.
Great job there, David. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and I think the running back from Mississippi State
by the defense
tipped it up, thought he was going to catch it. Umana Malin high-pointed it at the top, went over him, and came away with a turnover.
He got tipped twice. I think Bothwell first. Let's check with John Darnell.
Just a toe tip drill, Harry. You've seen that a million times in practice, but another big play by the defense right here. Yeah, we just blew a chance down here on offense. We need to take it back down and score.
Yeah, turnovers we thought would be big in this contest. Nothing bigger than right there.
Von Mielen with the interception. Batted up in the air twice, and Rebels will take over at the 38, so Ole Miss gets a stop. Helped out there a little bit for sure. Rebels lead 14-7, start at the 38-yard line. Empty set here. 5 receivers. One is Bruckler, who's in the game. Settles as the H-back right. There's the snap to Chambliss. He sprints out to his right, looks downfield, fires deep. He's got his man. Incomplete. Bad throw. Wide open was Wallace on a deep out around the 23-yard line. He just kind of lofted it up there, led him too much. 2nd and 10.
Well, he sprinted out to the right. He's a right-handed quarterback, but didn't get his feet set, David, trying to throw it down the field about 30 yards on a sprint-out pass. That's tough for any quarterback, and he simply let the ball get away from him.
Somebody who's open on a shallower route, too.
Yeah, in the flat.
And he probably could have run for a lot. 2nd and 10, nonetheless, on the incompletion at the 38 of Ole Miss. There's the snap. Fake on the handoff, quick pass near side, and that's a bad throw. Way over the intended receiver, Watkins. A little out over here. It's a deep out. So 3rd and 10 for Ole Miss from the 38. Manning was covering there, but Watkins was open. He just sailed it.
He did. Safety had a long way to come to. Watkins ran about a 7 or 8 yard out. He was open. Poor pass.
3rd and 10 for Ole Miss from the 38, trying to keep this drive alive after the interception. Ball on the left hash, trips to the right. Wright is in the slot. Now he goes in motion and settles behind the left tackle. Now he slides to his right, and it's by the right tackle. There's the snap. Chambliss throws deep. He's got his man Watkins, and another bad throw. 3 in a row. He was wide open and sailed it over his head, John.
Yeah, that's right. Watkins was a slot on the right. Ran a post all the way back across field, and he ran right by the safety in the corner, and Trinidad just overthrew it just a little bit.
Boy, a bad series for the Rebels starting quarterback. Well, and the Rebels will have to punt away. Back to receive is Anthony Evans.
And there was no pressure. David had plenty of time to throw. Could step up in the pocket. Good blocking up front by the Rebel offensive line.
Bird set to punt, and he punts it away. His average is 46. Fair catch called for and taken. Longest is 64. The 24-year-old true freshman from Sydney, Australia. There is a flag down back at the line of scrimmage as well. You know, Bird leads the SEC in net punting at 44.31. Guess who this flag is all about? Man, Trinidad, I'm sure, is thinking, I'd like to have some of those throws back. 3 straight incompletions.
Yeah, especially the 3rd down throw, David. He had the post route open.
Illegal formation against the receiving team. Number 88 of the defense was lined up over the long snapper. 5-yard penalty will be tacked on to the end of the kick. First down.
That'll be Jamil Burrows. And so the punt is 38 yards.
The foul is declined. Be first down, Mississippi State.
Yeah, they'd have to punt it over is what I was thinking. So they're going to decline it, take it at the, I believe, the 12-yard line. We got a timeout. Ole Miss leads 14-7 over Mississippi State with 12:44 to go in the second quarter. You're listening to Ole Miss football from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Ole Miss Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hey y'all, I'm Steve Azar inviting you to escape to Pearl River Resort where the fun is going non-stop. Go off the deep end at the South's most exciting water park, Geyser Falls. After the thrills, test your skills at the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. There's dining delight and love at first sight. And it's always no work and all play at Silver Star and Golden Moon Casinos. So come on, leave it all behind and head to Pearl River Resort.
This is Rebels Football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA. It's really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families. And one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas.
Congratulations on getting your diploma.
You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
And we welcome you back. Kohl's has the gifts on their wish list and yours all in one place, from beauty favorites and cozy outfits to hosting must-haves and top toys. Find great prices on presents for everyone at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Ooh, it's that time of year, Harry. Have you taken care of your shopping yet? Or
that would be a negative.
Not yet, huh?
I haven't taken care of my shopping, your shopping, or Regina's shopping.
The third one is the most important, by the way.
That's correct.
50-yard punt to the 12. Mississippi State will start at the 12. Ole Miss leads by a score 14-7 with 12:44 to go in the second quarter. Our game day sponsor for the Egg Bowl is Facebook. It's always game day in your group. Check out Facebook groups today. Trips to the left for Taylor. Now he brings a man in motion. Going to hand it off. Running left as Bothwell is in there. Lowers his head. Gets to about the 14. Only a couple of yards. Good job by the Rebels. Wydette Williams and Sage Ryan, who's in there now, the senior from Lafayette, Louisiana.
The State was able to get the ball outside the DN, David, but a couple safeties came up. Good job of filling that gap.
Ready again. There's the snap. Taylor in the pocket. Lots of time. Runs to his right. Holding. And now they throw the flag. He's going to take off, run, get the 25. Slides down around the 25-yard line. There was obvious holding. It looked like John in that backfield.
Yeah, Cam Franklin got held about the 2-yard line. You know, you hold in your end zone. It's a safety. And quarterback just held the ball, staring the receiver down.
Number 76.
Got a hold.
Half a distance to the goal. Second down.
Well, it was pretty obvious, and it was Reese who did it, Albert Reese, playing right tackle. And they moved their linemen around different things. Zach Owens now is playing left guard, a sophomore from McDonough, Georgia, transfer from Colorado, who was at Clemson, too. This will mark the ball to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, Franklin did a good job of selling that, too, David. It was obvious hold to us, but then he won an Academy Award for selling that to the official.
So to the 6-yard line, it'll be 2nd and 16. Back to throw in the end zone, in trouble. Taylor runs out to his left. He's hit. The ball's flipped toward the sidelines. It goes out of bounds. He got it across the line of scrimmage. And we have a flag down at the 4-yard line. That may be another holding against Mississippi State.
I think the lineman downfield, y'all. I think Reese was downfield right there on the scramble. We'll see.
It's definitely against State.
Franklin made the tackle on the sidelines to keep Taylor from turning the corner. 11:56 to go, second quarter. Here's the call.
Holding. Offense, number 72. That penalty is declined. Third down.
So that would be against Cannon Boone. They'll spot it at the 7-yard line. So they gained basically a yard out of that, but Ole Miss said you can have that. It'll be 3rd down and 15.
You want to get pressure on this quarterback, Dave. Maybe we'll come out with an Oklahoma safety.
Got 5 wides in there, or 5 DBs in there for Ole Miss. 3-man front now, 4-man front. Mississippi State flip-flops Bothwell in the backfield to the left shoulder of Taylor. He's got 3 receivers to the right. There's the snap. He's in the end zone looking to throw. Dumps it over the middle. Got Bothwell caught, but he's going to be tackled well shy of the first down around the 15-yard line. Be an 8-yard gain. It'll be 4th down and 7 for Mississippi State. Centurion Perkins on the tackle.
Yeah, get Perkins dropped in coverage, David, from that outside linebacker position, the weak side, and you saw him simply recover a lot of yards once he got the ball. Did Bothwell and Perkins right there to make the tackle.
Ethan Pulliam ready to punt this one away for Mississippi State. He'll be standing on his goal line, and the snapper Ethan Myers wants a good snap here. Harrison Wallison back to receive for Ole Miss, and he's standing at the 42. The left-footed punter gets it away, end over end. Fair catch called for, taken at the 37-ish, if you will, by Wallace, and Ole Miss gets the stop defensively. We'll send the offense back out there on a punt by the Bulldogs. Backed them up, made it work, and we owe you a station ID, so let's get that. We'll pause 10 seconds on the Ole Miss Radio Network. "49-yard punt officially to the 36-yard line. That's where the Rebels will start. Trinidad really had a rough last possession here. He wants to be more accurate this time.
Definitely, David. 0 for 3 on the last drive. You want to clean that up.
2 receivers to the right, the short side of the field. Ball's on the right hash. 1 receiver lone to the left. Handoff to Lacey off the left side. He gets a stiff arm. Ooh, almost broke it, but he got tripped up at the 38-yard line, only 2 yards. Isaac Smith, the Sam linebacker, he's a good one, made a nice stop.
Well, he is, David. He was a safety in high school. He's up now to 220 and become a linebacker with a really good open field tackle.
They only gave him the 37, a 1-yard pickup, 2nd down and 9. pistol formation. Lacey again off the right side will get to the 40 where he's dropped a gain of 3. Third down coming up for Mississippi, or for Ole Miss against Mississippi State's defense. 3rd down and 6. Bledsoe and Isaac Smith on the tackle there.
Yeah, unfortunately ran into the center for the Rebels, Bryson Sanders, who was unable to get out of the way, and that kind of stopped his momentum going forward.
Trying to get the first down. 3rd down and 6 for Ole Miss. Middle of the field's where the ball is on the 40-yard line. Daquan Wright in motion to the far side, settles just off the left tackle, behind the left tackle, Diego Pounds. Gun formation, play clock at 8 seconds. There's the snap to Trinidad. He's looking to throw deep out and trying to make the catch is Lee, but he's way out of bounds. That's a hard pass there. Tough one on a deep out. You only needed the 6 yards. Was trying to get 15 more, and he couldn't stay in bounds. We watch a replay. He actually caught it, but he was 3 or 4 yards out of bounds, and the Rebels will have to punt on 4th down.
He was late delivering that pass, David. You can't throw it once you get to the sideline and expect your receiver to come down with it. He had to lead it to get over a defender, but just late getting it there.
Bird will punt. Gillette was on that tackle a moment ago. Evans back to receive. Fair catch taken at the 14-yard line. So State's defense gets a stop. Well, they opened the game. Look, the offenses were off to the races, but the defenses have come to life now. It's still 14-7 Ole Miss. We got a timeout with 9:54 to go in the second quarter. A 46-yard punt with no return. The Bulldogs will have their own 14 when we come back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Ole Miss pride. When I'm carrying the Ole Miss Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Ole Miss gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra hottie toddy from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Rebels to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Oh, did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
You're listening to Ole Miss Football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, know it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
We just kind of knew from the beginning that we were family.
They showcased a sense of love that I never had before. I mean, he's not only my parent, he's like my best friend.
At the end of the day, it's all been worth it. I wouldn't change a thing about our lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Ole Miss leads Mississippi State. 9:54 to go here in the second quarter. Bulldogs backed up to their 14-yard line after that punt. Bold futures begin at the University of Mississippi, from nationally recognized academics to research that is shaping our state's future. Ole Miss is where passion meets purpose. Ready to join the legacy? Visit olemiss.edu. Taylor, the quarterback for the Bulldogs, is 4 of 8 for 68 yards, 6 rushes for 77 yards, and a TD right now. Injury updates are brought to you by Richard Schwartz and Associates, your Mississippi injury law firm. One call, that's all. John, so far on the sidelines, we're doing pretty good in that category.
Yeah, still nobody else has come out or being looked at in the 10 or anything, so we're in good shape there.
State will start at the 14-yard line. TJ Banks is in at the safety. He was in that previous series as well. The sophomore from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, back there. Ball on the left hash for the Dogs. First snap at the 14, and Mario Taylor, who started instead of Chapin, has gone the distance. He fakes the handoff, now wants to run and breaks one tackle, then another. We got to get him on the ground, and then still rumbling across the 20 to the 22. Way too many missed tackles. Daugherty and Jones finally got him down, but he ends up getting 8 yards, and it should have been probably 2 or 3 lost yards.
It should have definitely been a loss, Dave. He's a big target, 6'4" and about 240 pounds, and right down the road in Macon, Mississippi. But good run there to pick up, 3 yards?
Saving Harris on the tackle. That was an 8-yard pickup, so second down and 2. There's a handoff. Bothwell off the right side, and he's upended at the 25, but has the first down on a 3-yard gain, tackled by Eccles.
Yeah, the Rebel defensive front certainly got to get a little tougher up against the run. Quarterback kind of got the momentum shifted back to Mississippi State, but a nice run off the right tackle by Bothwell for the first.
Devon Booth out for the first half with a disciplinary matter, we've been told, and we should see him in the second half. The other running back from North Las Vegas, Nevada, Utah State transfer. Bothwell still in there in the pistol formation, 1st and 10 for State. There's the handoff to Bothwell right up the gut. Gets about 5 more on the carry. Sam West is in at tight end right now, too, the transfer from Indiana for the Bulldogs. Nice quick hitter. Franklin makes the tackle for Ole Miss. We'll see. They're going to put him down at the 29, so give him only 4. It'll be second down and 6 for Mississippi State. They're ready again. Bring a man in motion to the near side. Fake, and now a handoff actually to Bothwell. Bothwell across the 30 to the 32. State just trying to do a little power running right now. 3-yard gain. 3rd and 3 coming up. Jones on the tackle.
Yeah, the defensive line, David, kind of getting stalemated right here. We need to get a better job of getting a running back down quickly.
Trips to the left, including the H-back West as a tight end off the left tackle. 2 receivers to the right, the short side of the field. Brings one man in motion. Fakes the handoff. Taylor wants to run to his right, and he's going to be hit hard and stacked up at the 31 and dropped. I thought he was going to break another one there for a moment, John, but we got some help, a lot of white jerseys to get him down. That'll be a lost yardage play, or at least stopped at the line of scrimmage. Jones and Gushican.
Yeah, I had the sideline over here. He went to the short side, which, our speed kind of got to him, and whoever got to him first held him up and before the other ones got there. But a big stop there for the Rebels. They're going to punt here on 4th down.
Harrison Wallace back to receive. It's 4th down and 3 with a no-gain play there for Mississippi State. So the Rebel defense gets the stop. Pulliam ready to punt. Left footer with a high punt here, booming punt. It's going to drive him back. He bobbles it, but then will be tackled after the bobble, but held on to it. Boy, that was scary by Harrison Wallace. Called the fair catch, caught it, popped it up in the air, but able to come down with it. The Rebels will be backed up around the 14. Is Ole Miss. Sanders was in the area for Mississippi State, but couldn't get the ball. 68-yard punt. That was a boomer.
Well, it was.
We'll take a timeout. 14-7, Ole Miss leading Mississippi State with 7:06 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Hey, Rebel fans. For more than 50 years, Mississippi Asthma and Allergies board-certified team of allergists has treated patients by identifying triggers and creating personalized treatment plans. Now with 8 convenient locations across Mississippi, including Oxford, we're right next door when you need us. Treating infants to adults and Ole Miss students. Find our clinic nearest you at msaac.com. Mississippi Asthma and Allergy, helping Mississippi live life to the fullest and allergy-free.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds. Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Was good, not quite as good as we thought. 54-yard punt, but a nice one all the way back to the 14. So we got a flip of the field. State started at their 14, moved it out a little bit, got one first down, stopped and had to punt, and now Ole Miss will start at the Rebel 14, leading the game 14-7 with 7:06 to go here in the second quarter.
But it's been a bit since we went down to score, David. We need to put together a drive. We need to get some Trinidad Chambliss with some high percentage throws here to kind of get him back in his groove. He kind of got out of that the last few series.
Yeah,
and
I think
get
he
the
was
Rebels back going.
7 for his first 7.
Yes.
Game Day sponsor of the Egg Bowl is Facebook. It's always game day in your group. Check out Facebook groups today. Rebels will start at the 14-yard line, or the 18-yard line, I should say, not the 14. They put it at the 18-yard line with a first down from there. There's the snap, fake on the handoff. Chambliss runs to his right, looks downfield, dumps it to right. That's the first catch for Wright, and he's only going to get a yard out of that as he is grabbed and pushed out of bounds. A 1-yard pickup.
Well, if you're going to hit that tight end in the flat, David, you want to get it out there quickly. He kept sprinting out thinking he'd have somebody deeper to break open, but they did not, and he finally just had to go to Daquan Wright, and a little bit late getting it to him.
They marked it back at the 18. He had at least a yard to the 19. I don't know why they marked it back, but that'll make it 2nd and 10 with a no-gainer. Quick pass to Watkins, and he's tackled instantly. Great open field tackle. He was in the slot to the left, and Lanier came up and hit him. The Rebels do get about 6 yards on that out to the 24, but you were hoping for some big yardage there. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Ole Miss. Bulldogs trying to get another stop on defense. Trips to the right, including Daquan Wright. Stribling is out there as well. Third down and 4. Got to get to the 28-yard line. Now the flip-flop Wright and Watkins, the freshman. But you still have 3 receivers to the right. There's the snap. Only a 3-man rush. Chambliss in the pocket. Lots of time out of the backfield. He's got Lacey. Makes a man miss. He's to the 30, 35. Knocked off his feet at the 39-yard line. Boy, a little safety route there, John. And Lacey helps the Rebels get the first down. Jennings and Tillman on the tackle.
Yeah, good dump off there for Trinidad right there. And you get it in the guy's hands, it can make things happen in open space.
14-yard or 15-yard pickup, actually, to the 39-yard line by Lacey, and it's a Bank First down. First downs are brought to you by our friends at Bank First, so that will keep this drive alive. Big play on 3rd down.
Very athletic play, David, to make the guy
fake on
miss.
A handoff, quick pass far side. That's going to be caught. Little hitch route along the sidelines at the 45 is Deuce Alexander. Alexander out of Douglasville, Georgia, transferred in from Wake Forest, spent 2 years there. Did a wonderful job. That's a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4. He's tackled by Williams of Mississippi State. Ball on the left hash on 2nd and 4 for Ole Miss. Rebels leading 14-7. Trinidad looks right, now looks deep, is going to take off and run to his left. Now cuts it back to the middle of the field, dives to the 50-yard line and gets the first down on a 5-yard pickup. Busted play, not necessarily a busted play, but nobody open. And Trinidad got the first down, another Bank first down for the Rebels.
Yeah, State continues to play man coverage in their secondary, so Trinidad lots of time to throw. Finally just had to pull it down, and a good block downfield by Diego Pounce to spring him.
1st and 10 for Ole Miss, just shy of the 50-yard line. 4:21 to go in the second quarter, plenty of time. Rebels, Bulldogs both have all 3 timeouts. There's the snap. Chambliss pump fakes left, now goes deep. He's got Watkins wide open and overthrew him again. Wide open for a touchdown. There is a flag down. I think he got held. That might be why that one sailed, John.
Broke his momentum.
Lane's over here telling the guy over here, they're doing it every play. They're playing so much 13. Man, and we're running some of these double moves. They're just reaching out and grabbing us. The play before, Watkins got behind the defense, but Trinidad just couldn't see him.
That would be Manning on the hold. It should bring it down to just shy of the 40, and it does. 1st and 10 for the Rebels at the Bulldog 40-yard line. Logan Diggs comes in as the running back now. Rebels get a bank first down via the penalty. 4:08 to go in the quarter. There's a quick snap to Trinidad. He runs left and is upended after he's knocked off his feet at the 39-yard line. Not much there. It'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up. Tyler Lockhart, back up, that plays in that dime position. He's a freshman from Kilmichael, Mississippi. Came in to make the tackle along with DJ Reed. 2nd and 9 for Ole Miss from the 39 of State. Ball on the left hash. Chambliss, 2 receivers left. Daquan Wright in the slot. There's the snap. Here comes extra back, and he's going to be hit as he tries to throw, and it's going to be incomplete. Are they going to call it an incompletion or a fumble? They brought a blitz off the left-hand side and got hit, and now flags are flying as the two teams are mixing it up at the 30. Now the sideline's trying to clear for Mississippi State, and the coach is trying to hold them up. The sidelines for Ole Miss behaving. They're not running on the field, but Mississippi State has players running all over the place, and coaches can't stop them. They're trying to stop them. So are the referees. This should be another penalty on State, and Ole Miss was very disciplined and got away from the activity, and nobody off the Ole Miss sidelines ran out onto the field.
Well, I'm sure they're going to go back and review this, David. I thought his arm was hit as he's going forward. They had a blitz off the left, the Rebel right side, came all the way around the corner of the right tackle. I thought he hit Trinidad's arm as he turned it loose. We'll see what they rule there first, and they got a whole bunch of other things to decipher about the sidelines emptying.
They're huddling up the officiating crew at the 38. Coach Kiffin goes out and talks to the field judge. Ole Miss eased on the edge of the sidelines but did not run on the field to match it. Boy, that is discipline, John, because it's hard to see that many guys running at your team out there.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot to look at here. First, the fumble or the incomplete pass, and then how many people came off the bench.
Recovered by the defense.
So they're ruling it a fumble recovered by the defense. Silla's the guy that came off the edge, the jack linebacker, and hit him.
The previous players on the further review.
So they're going to look at it and see if his arm was going forward. I think it 100% was going forward. Of course, I'm looking at the red and blue glasses.
Yeah, we'll get a chance to see on the monitor up here in the booth.
Yeah,
David.
it was going forward. In fact, it went 10 or 12 yards downfield. So I think it's going to be an incompletion. But you should have personal fouls going on here, too. It's a matter of, did he still have control? He came back with control, then came forward. But did they think the ball was coming out before he came forward? We'll find out shortly. They have it recovered at the Bulldog 34 if it belongs to Mississippi State.
Yeah, he's going. We see it on the big screen right here. His arm's definitely going forward.
Definitely going forward.
Definitely going forward. He gets hit on the arm right there.
Ole Miss leading 14-7 with 3:28 to play in the second quarter. This is a big review, though, for sure.
Sure it is. Rebels have a sustained drive. You certainly don't want to turn it over right here.
And you did get a flag. There's a yellow flag sitting there on the field as well at the 36-yard line.
Well, we got 3:28 to go to half. You'd certainly like to finish this drive and get this call back. See the big screen up the north end zone right here.
Well, it's pretty obvious that
his arm was
going forward. Yeah, it looked like it is.
They quit running it there.
But you give Ole Miss an incomplete in 3rd and 8.
Here we go.
You can tell on the reaction of the replay the State fans not roaring, thinking it was a fumble. Silla did a good job of getting off that edge. They brought an extra one, and then Silla got free off of the right side past Jaden Williams. Wow. How many people get personal fouls out of this if they do that? You see the offense and defense, the ones on the field kind of got after each other, and then the bench for Mississippi State emptied onto the field. Ole Miss's bench did not. This is why you don't want to be an official, right? Who wants to do this job?
If you go back and find all these infractions, you're going to be looking at the replay a while.
Yep. Could take a while to get going again here. Ole Miss is leading the football game 14-7. They've shown the replay a bunch of times, and he's back and comes forward and then hit It's a matter, do you think it was coming out?
Well, it's closer than I first thought it was, David, for sure. But his arm was definitely going forward. Now, did he lose the ball before that?
I think he was going forward a little bit before he lost the ball for sure. But we don't get to make that call.
No, we don't. With the help from Birmingham.
I think, though, if this was our defense, I'd still feel like his arm was going forward. Not looking through red and blue glasses, is what it appears to be. But we'll see. We don't get reviews right very often, Harry.
We don't get the same angles that these guys over here with a little small screen do. But as we said, if you're going to throw personal fouls on everybody who came onto the field, you could be over here looking for a while.
Yeah, and they may not be looking at but here's the call.
After review, the result of the play is an incomplete pass.
There you go.
After the play, personal fouls, number 11 and number 51 of the offense. Personal foul, number 8 of the defense. Those fouls offset. Third down.
Wow, but what about the team running onto the field?
Didn't mention that, did they?
Didn't go there.
No.
They did get the
51 would be Delano Townsend.
Personal fouls 11. Mississippi State number 8, Ole Miss.
Well, anyway, whatever.
Well, the Rebels got the break there, David, to call an incomplete pass, and Rebels certainly got a break there. Brings up a 3rd and long here situation. So
3rd and 8 from the Mississippi State 39, but the Bulldogs do not get the ball out of that. Silla came off the edge. It was a great play by the defense.
Yeah, Jaden Williams missed him as he came around this corner over here. The right tackle was unable to get to him.
Bulldogs trying to get a stop to get the ball back. Ole Miss leading 14-7 with 3:28 to go in the second quarter. Big play coming up here on 3rd and long for Ole Miss. 3rd and about 8.5. Ball on the left hash from the Bulldog 39. There's the snap. Chambliss with a blitz coming right up the middle. He's going to throw deep. He's got Watkins out there. It's going to be incomplete again. He kind of ran into the defensive back. No interference, but I think he was trying to draw that call a little bit. Let's check with John Darnell. We do have a flag at the line of scrimmage, though.
Yeah, that was just out in the middle of everybody, and
they called a hold on us also here.
Yeah, holding on Ole Miss.
Should have been at least offsetting penalties right there. I mean, he was all over Winston Watkins. Face mask.
Face mask on Ole Miss. That'll be declined, 4th down. So basically an incomplete pass, 4th down, and Ole Miss will have to punt away. Oscar Bird will check in to punt. Well, again, a disappointing finish to what looked like was going to be a nice drive.
Yeah, it was, David. Just simply bogged down there after the long review and the pass that fell incomplete, but just trying to go long there on the third and long rather than pick up the first down. Simply had nobody to throw to, and Rebels unfortunately did not finish. We're going to punt it away.
It's the snap back to Bird. He faked one earlier. This is straight up in the air, end over end, maybe intentionally. Hits at the 10, and don't let it go to the end zone. What a terrible play by the Rebels. It hit and rolled to the 5 and should have grabbed it there instead of let it bounce another time. I'm not sure who that was. We'll check with John, but it rolls into the end zone. State will have it on the 20.
I think we want Banks being a shortstop on the baseball team.
That was TJ Banks.
That was, it went right by him. He let it bounce one more time to try to get it on the 1. It would have been inside the 5 if he had just stopped it the first time. But, it went right by him into the end zone.
39-yard punt and no return. It goes into the end zone. He could have stopped it around the 3 and then missed it when it went by him at the 1. And the Bulldogs get a huge break. They'll have it at their 20-yard line.
Well, the Rebel defense has been sitting for a while, David. You want to crank it right up here, see if we can't get that turnover.
3:07 to go, second quarter. 14-7, Ole Miss leading. State puts a man in motion. Taylor to throw. Lots of time. Got a man wide open to 30. Hitch route. That's Thompson. Thompson tackled at the 35. It didn't let him get away, but there's a good start for Mississippi State. A 15-yard pickup. Tackled by Gushigan.
Yeah, Rebels dropped in the zone, David. He just found some green grass in that zone. That's a good throw by the freshman quarterback, Taylor.
Boy, you don't like seeing him that wide open, Thompson. First and 10 for the Dogs. Handoff, sweeping left is Bothwell, the running back's got a blocker. He's the 45, the 50, down the sidelines. He's the 40 to the 30, hit and knocked out of bounds around the 25-yard line. And that will be T.J. Dottery on the tackle. And let's see where they officially mark it at the 22-yard line. That's going to be a 43-yard run.
Just not securing that edge. David is able to get on the edge. Centurion Perkins was there, not able to get the edge set, and he just simply rushed it down the state sideline.
From the 22, first down, left hash, handoff. Running left is Bothwell. No, he is stacked up in the line of scrimmage. Rebels read that one pretty nicely. Tackled by Harrison Perkins. And no gain. Second and 10 from the 22 of Ole Miss. Opportunity, though, for Mississippi State with a touchdown to tie it. 2 minutes now. We hit the 2-minute timeout. We'll take a break. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. The score is Ole Miss 14, Mississippi State 7. Bulldogs threatening at the Rebel 22. When we come back, this is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Inspired by the moments that matter. The last-second touchdowns, the rivals outranked, the play fakes that surprised everyone. Especially the other guy's defense. At C-Spire, we connect you with all of it, on and off the field. With nationwide 5G wireless, fiber home internet, and business IT solutions. Because we're not just in your town, we're on your team. C-Spire, customer inspired.
Hey Rebels fans, welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where our bold mayo has been winning over fans since 1917. Where everyone's welcome, whether you're tailgating or watching from home, so cheer on the red and navy as loud as you want. Because as a proud supporter of Ole Miss athletics, we'll be cheering along with all the Rebels fans in Duke's Country. Find Duke's Mayo at a store near you or visit dukescountry.com to learn more.
This is Rebels football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Had a 43-yard run for Mississippi State and then stacked to the line of scrimmage for a no-yard gain. But right now the Bulldogs have 156 yards rushing in his first half. Ole Miss leading 14-7. 2 minutes to go in half number one. State was 2nd and 10 from the Rebel 22 left hash when we resume play. Halftime be coming up here shortly, presented by our friends at Ford. Brought to you in courtesy of your Mid-South Ford dealers. You'll find a tradition as strong as the Rebels in Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 47 straight years. And we will have Dan Courts with our Ford halftime show coming up in a bit.
Well, State's going to get Gavin Booth back in the second half to go along with Bothwell, but the Rebels have just not done a very good job of stopping the Mississippi State run here in the first half, whether it be Taylor, the quarterback, or Bothwell, the running back. They've had some big chunk yards running the football. We certainly got to shore that up at halftime.
You know, Taylor had the 22-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. He had a 29 or 39-yard run early in this quarter, and now Bothwell with a 43-yard run. That's 3 big runs for the Bulldogs.
Those are momentum changers.
Slot wide out to the right for State. Ball on the left hash of the 22 of Ole Miss. 2 minutes to go until halftime. 14-7 Rebels. Man goes in motion to the far side. That's Williams for the Bulldogs. Pump fake to him. Now he's going to throw toward the end zone. Got a man there. It's going to be incomplete. Tried to hit him front corner inside the pylon. That's Anthony Evans, the third. And Wydette Williams had pretty good coverage. The throw sailed a little bit high, and he ran out of real estate. Front right corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Third down.
Yeah, double route there, David. He pumped the football, and then Anthony Evans took off towards the corner. Good job there having Wydette Williams getting in the passing lane. He had to throw it over him, and it's simply too high to catch.
Damon Mielen is checked in for Harris for Ole Miss on the edge. Third down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 22-yard line. You got Trey Orr in a zone, and there's a pass incomplete. Boy, snap and a hitch route, and Evans was there open, and he just flat threw it behind him. He tried to reach back and grab it. It was a hot one. It would have been a first down at the 10-yard line, but incomplete, and now Mississippi State will send out the field goal unit.
Yeah, nothing but just all you can say was a poor throw there by the young freshman, but the receiver tried to reach back, tipped it up, thought maybe the Rebels could come away with a pick, but did not.
Ferry is the kicker. This will be at the 30, a 40-yard effort. He's 4 for 7 in this range. As long as it's 55, he got that against Southern Miss, which just broke a 40-year-old record for Mississippi State. Left footer punches this one through, and the Bulldogs get 3 points there, and it's 14-10 Ole Miss as Mississippi State gets the field goal.
Good job of getting the stop with the Rebel defense. Some big yardage we gave up there, but the poor throw by Camario Taylor on the third down conversion certainly helped the cause, and the Bulldogs come away with the 3 points. The Rebels have got time. It's 1:45 to go in the half. I think we got all 3 timeouts, don't we, Glenn? That's correct. And so Rebels have got time to bring the ball downfield. We just stumbled out of the gate here the last 2 or 3 possessions offensively, David. Trinidad Chambliss kind of been lulled asleep and not thrown the ball well.
6 plays, 58 yards, and a $123, 40-yard field goal for Ferry, and the Rebels now leading 14-10 as State gets the score. Ole Miss scored on the opening possession of the first quarter to make it 7-zip. State came right back after Ole Miss went 75 yards. The Bulldogs went 97 yards to tie it. And then Ole Miss came back on the second possession of the first quarter, got down the field again on a 75-yard drive for a touchdown to make it 14-7. Then the defenses started rolling, and Ole Miss missed a 38-yard field goal as this kick goes into the end zone. And now State has connected on a 40-yard field goal. But the offenses have been stopped pretty good as of late outside of a few chunk plays, but have been unable to get the TDs going again. So Ole Miss will have it at the 25-yard line after that touchback, leading 14-10 with a $1:45 to go until halftime.
Yeah, you'd like to get an answer to the State score right there. You know the Bulldogs are going to get the second half kickoff to begin, and so you'd like to get at least a field goal opportunity to end the half.
Ball toward the left hash of the 25-yard line for Trinidad Chambliss. Slot to the left. Now Daquan Wright comes in motions at the near side. Sets as the H-back right. Slot to the right as well with 2 receivers. There's the snap. Chambliss runs out to his right. Looks downfield and fires, and it's batted down. He had a man wide open, Wallace, around the 35-yard line, but Jennings jumps up and bats it down, and that's happened a lot to Trinidad this year. So it'll be incomplete. Second down and 10 from the 25-yard line.
And, David, just a couple steps late delivering the football. Wallace has been standing there waiting on it for a couple counts, and he's just late getting it to him.
Second and 10 for Ole Miss. 3-man front, now 4-man front for Mississippi State. Daquan Wright goes in motion, slants across the field. Chambliss in the slot, fires, and has his man. A little hitch route at the 36. Catching it is Caden Lee, and he'll have the first down. It's a bank first down for Ole Miss, tackled by Tillman out to the 37-yard line, and that's a 12-yard pickup. Rebels at the line of scrimmage again, ready to roll. There's the snap. Chambliss, quick pass near side. It's Lee again at the 42. Hit and driven back and dropped on the ground. But he gets 5 yards out of it.
Yeah, it's a good high percentage pass, and the only thing you're battling now is the clock, down to about 1:10 to go in the half.
Second down and 5 from the 42-yard line. Manning on that big tackle. Picked him up and dumped him backwards. You heard the reaction from the State fans. Snap back to Chambliss, one-on-one, far sideline. Stribling's got the catch at the 40. Waited last moment, reached up and snagged it. That's a big bank first down for the Rebels at the 37. John, that was a nice catch.
1-on-1 over here, man-to-man, and Stribling just beat him down the sideline. Good ball placement by Trinidad right there.
21-yard gain to the 37 by Stribling, tackled by Brumfield. Rebels trying to get down the field quickly. There's a little out route caught by Wright. He's tackled at the 33-yard line. We got A timeout called by Ole Miss with 46 seconds to go.
Yeah, good timeout taken there by Lane Kiffin after the Rebels hit a quick one to Daquan Wright, but he's laying on the ground. You want to get that clock stopped with 43 seconds, left in the half.
Of the half.
Yeah, that was only a short gain, about 4 yards, and the clock would, of course, keep running.
Reset the game clock to 50 seconds.
So they're going to give Ole Miss 7 seconds back to 50 seconds. Ole Miss leads 14-10, 50 seconds until halftime. Second down, 6 coming up from the 33 as the two teams are talking to their coaches on the sideline.
You're hoping to get it to Daquan Wright. He could break a tackle and add some more yardage to that, but a nice open field tackle. It was only a quick 4 to 6 yard pickup, and so you had to burn that first time out. But you got 2 more in your pocket. Just continue to do what you're doing. High percentage of passes. Let's get this score to end this in the half.
You know, Jeff Levy said in his press conference this week, one of the keys for us is to make tackles. Stay away from missed tackles. And so far today, it seems like State's done a pretty good job with that.
I think they've tackled well in the open field.
Second down, 6 for the Rebels at 33, ready to go after the 32nd timeout. Chambliss in the pocket, in trouble, takes off and runs, comes to the near side. He's going to dive forward to the 25-yard line and have the first down, an 8-yard gain, and another bank first down for Ole Miss.
Good job of getting down. He knew he had the first down, so he got on the ground. That stopped the clock.
First down, Rebels back to the line of scrimmage. 37 seconds to go in a half. Chambliss to throw deep out. Has his man caught around the 10-yard line. That's Caden Lee. They will stop the clock as they move the chains, but he was not out of bounds. It'll be at the 11. That's a 14-yard pickup. 1st and 10 for the Rebels there, and the Rebs are in the green zone, presented by Wade Incorporated. Visit them online at wadeinc.com. Lanier on the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 11 now for Ole Miss. Snap again. Fake on a handoff. Chambliss is going to keep it, and we'll get to the 9. Fake the handoff. They're going to put it actually on the 10, so a 1-yard gain. Ole Miss will call another timeout. State not fooled on that.
Second charge timeout of the half. Ole Miss.
So second down and 9 from the 10-yard line for Ole Miss. 10 yards away from a touchdown with 17 seconds to play. Calvin Dinkins made sure he didn't break free on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
It looked like it was a read option, David. He actually faked the handoff to Lacey. From up here, he should have handed it off to Lacey.
Right.
Lacey had a big hole, and he was full head of steam. And then, unfortunately, Trinidad Chambliss pulled the ball and just fell forward to the 10. What is that, a 1-yard pickup?
1-yard gain. Yeah. Chambliss, John, has been fantastic in the running game, obviously. But when it gets tighter, you kind of lean toward Lacey, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. And, that time, I don't know why he pulled it. Looked like Lacey had a lane right there to run through.
Chambliss
did, John.
Is 16 of 24 for 202 yards to the air with 1 touchdown. Started the game 7 of 7. Second down, 9 for the Rebels at the 10 with 17 seconds to go until halftime. There's the snap. Chambliss in the pocket, 1-on-1, end zone, grab. Did he stay in bounds? They're saying touchdown, Ole Miss. Dribbling, goes up in a 1-on-1, snags it and brings it down over Javen Williams, and the Rebels get 6.
I don't think there's a flag down on the play, but it was a really both defender and receiver were pushing off in the end zone, David, and Chambliss just bodied him up and came down with the catch.
So make Chambliss 17 of 24. Oh, what a grab. Came down with the right foot. Looked like he just got in there for the TD. Touchdowns presented by our good friends at Rebel Rags. Terry and the gang. Rebel Rags celebrating 20 years with the Rebel Nation. Rebel Rags, anything, everything, Ole Miss.
He went up high, David, right there on the out-of-bounds marker, but when he came down, he was able to get the 1 foot down. That's all you got to have in college. They're reviewing it to see if it's a touchdown.
9 plays, 75 yards, and a $133, and it does stand.
Yes.
Chambliss is dribbling from 10 yards, dribbling with his 4th touchdown catch of the season. PAT is coming up here for Carnero. 12 seconds until halftime. It's 20-10 Ole Miss. Snap back and down, and the PAT's on its way, and it's good. 21-10 Rebels with 12 seconds to go.
And that's a nice way to finish that drive. But a couple big catches on that drive by DeJon Stribling, big number 1. He transferred in for the Rebels this year, but he's a big body. He just went up and high-pointed that ball in the end zone, came down with a 1 foot in bounds. and that really was a super finish to a great drive that Ole Miss needed.
Let's check with John Darnell. It was right in his lap. What'd you see, JD?
Oh, yeah, just use his body, big physical guy like Stribling, one-on-one, and Trinidad put it right where he had to, on the outside of him right there, and he jumped up and caught it and got the foot down. What a big score. Maybe the biggest drive we've had all year right there to score and get the momentum back right before half.
Yeah, after they made the field goal, marching right down the field and getting the TD, you got Evans and Gayton back to receive this kick with only 12 seconds left. Carnero set to kick it. 21-10 Ole Miss, 12 ticks left to go in the first half. Day after Thanksgiving here in Starkville.
Got a good one going, David. Certainly quieted the crowd with that touchdown catch in the end zone.
Those turkey sandwiches will make you sleepy too, don't they? Got you a turkey sandwich.
I plan on having one today.
Okay. Here's the kick. And this will be into the end zone for a touchback about 5 yards deep. And so the Bulldogs will crank it up from the 25.
The kickoff's kind of like golf balls, David. When it's chilly, they don't go quite as far, do they?
And we got a little bit more roughing it up there. By the way, I want to go back. Gary Darby's with us today and part of the pregame show. And they said it was Tyler Lockhart, number 11, on that previous personal foul, and number 8, Daquan Wright. They had the numbers reversed of the two that actually got personal fouls. So if you get a second one, you're out of the game. The other 55 players that ran out on the field for Mississippi State, apparently they didn't see that.
They got lost in the scuffle.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. All right, let's see if Mississippi State is just going to take a knee, and they are. 5-yard loss there, down on the knee goes Taylor. What a good finish to the half. We're going to visit with Coach Lane Kiffin here in just a moment. 21-10, the Rebels will lead here at the break. JD's going to have Lane right after television, I guess. John, I can't see you, so whenever you're ready, just roll with it.
Yeah, Lane's about to 7.
And we'll talk to Coach Kiffin.
Taylor McGregor might be going to catch him first.
Yeah, Taylor trumps John Darnell as they visit for just a moment. Then we'll get him too. Good finish to the half. Great drive to put the Rebels up 21-10 by 2 scores. John Darnell standing there with our buddy Kyle Campbell, SID for Ole Miss, and as soon as Coach gets through, we'll visit with him, and then we'll have our forward halftime shows. We'll throw it to Dan Courts in just a moment. Let Dan update you on everything else going on in the world of sports, plus look at some of the numbers of this first half. And then we'll be back with half number 2. Both bands are here, which is kind of cool for the Egg Bowl. You'll see the Ole Miss Rebel Pride of the South and the Maroon Band coming up after that if you're here listening to us in the stadium in Starkville. Here's John Darnell with Coach Kiffin.
Hey, Coach, great finish to the half. Your thoughts?
Yeah, good finish. We settled down on defense after not playing better early, but we should be up more than this.
Thanks, Coach.
Well,
we all agree with that. We all agree with that.
And you get the open date. You never know how the open date's going to work. We look kind of sluggish in some areas there in that first half. But nonetheless, you take a 21-10 lead in the half on the road against Mississippi State.
And Mississippi State is manned up in the secondary, David. They're going to try to shut down the run. After giving up 300 rushing yards to the backup at Missouri 2 weeks ago, they decided they're not going to do that again today. And so they're just crowding the line of scrimmage, and that's why the passing game on that last particular series worked so well.
Forward halftime show is coming up. The Egg Bowl presented by Facebook here in Starkville. Rebels up at the half, 21-10. Dan Courts next on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Ole Miss pride. When I'm carrying the Ole Miss Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Ole Miss gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra hottie toddy from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Rebels to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to Ole Miss Football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone or just taking a deep, calming breath to ground yourself. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This halftime show is brought to you by Mississippi Ford Dealers and the Ford F-150. Like the Rebels, this truck has a strong tradition of greatness, earned by outstanding capability and features like a mobile generator. That's how you create a legacy, and the official truck of Ole Miss. Go Reds! Now let's go back inside the Learfield Network studios and rejoin Dan Kortz.
And hello, everyone, and welcome inside the network studios. Your 7th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels lead the Mississippi State Bulldogs 21-10, and here is how we got to that point. Ole Miss won the toss and elected to receive, so it was the Rebel offense on the field first. The Rebs immediately facing a third down early.
The Rebels now looking at 3rd down and 6 from the 29. Bulldog defense trying to get a stop on the first possession. Ole Miss will have 3 receivers to the left. State shows blitz. Now they drop back. Chambliss back to throw. In the pocket, lots of time. Over the middle. Got his man at the 45 to the 50. It's Wallace to the 45 to the 40. Knocked off his feet at the 36-yard line right over the middle of the field. And the Rebels get a big one there.
And then the Rebs went to the ground for the next 2 plays.
3-man front for Mississippi State here. There's the snap. And a handoff to Lacey, running left, gets a block, gets to the edge. He's to the 25, the 20, down the sidelines to the 10, to the 5. He's in the end zone. Ole Miss strikes first in the 20-25 Egg Bowl as Lacey takes it in from 32 yards out.
7-0 Ole Miss, 13:05 to go in the first quarter. 5-play, 75-yard drive. Mississippi State then started at their own 3 on their opening series, but some big pass plays with missed tackles early had State on the Ole Miss side of the field pretty much immediately. Then at the 22, Camario Taylor on the QB sweep, able to find the end zone. Game tied at 7, 8:50 left in the opening quarter. Rebs' second offensive series saw them using a lot of intermediate passing to move up the field. Trinidad Chambliss then with back-to-back runs to pick up first downs, gets to the State 24. Then the Rebs back to the air attack.
Ball on the right hash, 1st and 10 for Ole Miss. Lacey's in the backfield, 2 receivers wide left for Ole Miss. Snap to Chambliss, fakes the handoff, wants to throw, 1-on-1 toward the end zone. The catch is made. It's a touchdown to Trey Wallace. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Well, David, a great job of mixing run and pass all the way down the field.
14-7 Ole Miss, 5:22 in the first quarter. Wrapped an 8-play, 75-yard drive, taking 3 minutes and 28 seconds. State then able to pick up a first down before having to punt on their second series. Then Ole Miss using the passing attack once again. A pass interference penalty and then a 21-yard reception by Caden Lee had the Rebs at the Bulldog 40. Then facing a 4th and 2 at the 32. Lacey picking up the first down to get inside the 25 before the first quarter came to an end. Drive then stalling, though, and they settled for a 38-yard field goal attempt from Lucas Carnero that was missed. Score still 14-7 Rebs early second quarter. Taylor then with a 39-yard run to get State going, but Ole Miss had other ideas after.
First down from the 39 of Ole Miss. State's ready to snap it again. Fake on a handoff. He wants to throw. Tipped to the line. Tipped again. Up in the air. The Rebels pick it off. It's going to be Uman on a double tip. And got the pick, and the Rebels will take over.
13-10 to go in the half. At that point, Rebs unable to take advantage of the takeaway, though, and went 3 and out on offense. 3 and outs were then exchanged before State went 3 and out again. Rebs then immediately getting a 21-yard screen pass to Lacey to get near midfield. Another first down, then getting the Rebs to the State side of the field. Then a close call after what was initially ruled a fumble was overturned to an incomplete pass by review, and a brief skirmish after. The drive, though, then stalling at the State 39. The Rebs had to punt. Then after 2 plays, State already at the Ole Miss 22 before we hit the 2-minute timeout. Ole Miss defensively able to hold them there and force a 40-yard field goal from Kyle Ferry for State to make the score 14-10 Ole Miss. 1 minute and 45 seconds to go in the first half. Ole Miss then with one more possession in the half. Rebs getting a couple of first downs to the State side of the field. Chambliss then getting the Rebs to the 25. Then a completion to Caden Lee got them to the 11. 2 plays later, Rebs looking to finish.
With 17 seconds to go until halftime. There's the snap. Chambliss in the pocket. 1-on-1. End zone. Grab. Did he stay in bounds? They're saying touchdown, Ole Miss. Dribbling, goes up in a 1-on-1, snags it and brings it down over Javen Williams, and the Rebels get 6.
21-10 Ole Miss, 12 seconds to go, capped off a 9-play, 75-yard drive, taking 1 minute and 33 seconds off the clock. The remaining time then runs off after State opted to take a knee, and that is where we stand. Ole Miss leads Mississippi State 21-10. We'll take a look at around the SEC in the top 25 when we return on the Ford Halftime Show. This is the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Rebels, where over 64,000 voices rise to a crescendo, helping turn big plays into Mississippi mayhem. Ford trucks have an iconic tradition, too, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 and 2024 total sales.
This is Jake Mangum. It's great to be on a team that is based in Mississippi. It's important to me that my team supports our high schools, universities, and several local events throughout the state. Of course, I'm talking about my home team, Farm Bureau Insurance. If you aren't already with Farm Bureau, it's time to join the team. Visit favrates.com for great rates on home and auto insurance, or find a local agent at msfbins.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs is probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Mid-South Ford Halftime Show. The Ford F-150, official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels. Now back to the Learfield Network Studios and Dan Courts.
And hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ford Halftime Show. Your 7th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels lead the Mississippi State Bulldogs 21-10. We'll take a look at the SEC, presented by Country Pleasin' Sausage. Score updates are brought to you by Country Pleasin', the official sausage of Ole Miss. Check out our butcher shop at Highway 330 Highway 49, Florence, Mississippi. Also find us at your local supermarket. We'll stick with the games that are today as two of them later. In Atlanta, 4th-ranked Georgia will meet 23rd-ranked Georgia Tech at 2:30. Georgia has won the last 7 meetings. Tech has not beaten Georgia in Atlanta since 1999. And at 6:30, it's the Lone Star Showdown from Austin, where 16th-ranked Texas meets 3rd-ranked Texas A&M. Texas has won the last 2. A&M's last win in Austin was in 2010. While no scores in the SEC besides ours, there is one other top 25 game taking place from Lawrence, Kansas, where 13th-ranked Utah is currently leading Kansas 10-7, 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and Kansas knocking at the Utah 22-yard line. That is your look at the SEC and the top 25, presented by Country Pleasant. Ole Miss leads Mississippi State 21-10. We'll take a quick look at the numbers when we return on the Ford Halftime Show. This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Hey, Rebel fans. Got a house hotter than a Mississippi summer or pipes colder than your team's rival? It's time to call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Whether it's cooling you down, heating you up, fixing those leaky pipes, or keeping your lights on, Air South's got your back. We're the champions of home comfort, just like your Rebels on the field. Call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical today, where your home is our home field. Call Air South now at 662-304-8412. Air South, we care more.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Grab your coffee and put on your sneakers because it's go time. Through Saturday, save up to 50% on everything from toys to beauty faves, winter styles, and more. Plus, earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Yep, that's extra Kohl's Cash. So run, don't walk. Just hold on tight to that coffee. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end November 29th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
This is Rebels football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ed Council.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Ford Halftime Show. Your 7th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels leading the Mississippi State Bulldogs 21-10. A quick look at the numbers from the first half. Ole Miss outgaining Mississippi State 310-234 on the total yardage. Ole Miss 212 yards through the air to just 83 for Mississippi State. State, though, with the advantage on the ground, 151 yards to Ole Miss's 98. Ole Miss only one penalty for 5 yards in the first half. Mississippi State, 3 of them for 32. Ole Miss 18 first downs to Mississippi State's 10. Ole Miss, though, 3 of 8 on third down. State 2 of 6. Ole Miss 1 of 1 on fourth down. Mississippi State has not attempted a fourth down yet. 45 plays, 233. Ole Miss 16 minutes and 42 seconds in time of possession of Mississippi State's 13-18. Trinidad Chambliss, 17 of 25, 212 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. Kwan Lacey, 14 carries, 74 yards and a score. And Trey Wallace, 4 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown to lead the way receiving for Ole Miss. That is your look at the first half stats. Before we go any further, though, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Ole Miss football from Learfield. Ole Miss leading Mississippi State 21-10 in the network studios. I'm Dan Kortz, and that is all for the Ford Halftime Show. We'll head back to DK, Harry, John, and the guys in Starkville when we return. This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
college football fans. Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dos with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dos with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Let's get it. Good hustle, good hustle.
Two things: communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. All right? Wildcats on 3. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
You're listening to Ole Miss Football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Mississippi. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of Ole Miss and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by Ole Miss.
And we do welcome you back. We're looking forward to the start of the second half. Thank you to Dan Corks for wrapping up our forward halftime show. The Rebels lead 21-10. As we get ready to start the third quarter here in just a matter of moments, Mississippi State will have the first opportunity in quarter number 3. Special thanks to today's game sponsor, the 122nd meeting overall between Ole Miss and Mississippi State, and the 98th battle for the Golden Egg is presented by Facebook. Real Ole Miss fans know it's always game day in your group. Check out Facebook groups today. Like I said before, Facebook's been hopping here lately with all the stuff around the Ole Miss football program. The Rebels, though, trying to focus and beat the arch rivals on the road, will have an 11-point lead as we get ready for the third quarter. Let's check in with John Darnell, who was in at halftime. What have you discovered, JD?
Well, I tell you, injury front, we're going to be without Beavers, the corner. He's not going to play in the second half. He's got an arm injury. He's not going to go back in. And other than that, we look pretty good. It's a big chance right here for us to get a stop right here and keep the momentum.
Cedric Beavers, junior, from Taylorsville, Mississippi, cornerback. Injury updates are brought to you by Richard Swartz and Associates, your Mississippi injury law firm. One call, that's all. Carnero's ready to kick. Ole Miss will go right to left here in the third quarter. Mississippi State, of course, left to right. Back to receiver the Bulldogs is Evans. He is the deepest of the two. Carnero has been a touchback machine all year. 21-10. Rebels lead by 11. Time to start the third quarter here in Starkville in the Egg Bowl. And a kick. And that one's headed toward the end zone and will be about 5 or 6 yards deep, and State will start at the 25. Harry, what do you want to see better out of the Rebels in half number 2? Got the lead.
Oh, they do have the lead only on the finish of the last drive of the first half, which was huge. Had 2 big catches by Stribling. He just basically used his body to man up. I want to see their defense play the run game much better here in this second half. Shut these guys down. Force them to have to throw the football. and I want to see the offense with Trinidad Chambliss get back in a groove. We missed about 3 series there. We should have scored.
Brennan Thomas will come wide right, 3 receivers to the right for Mississippi State. These 2 outside ones still look like they're on the line. That's going to be Taylor's going to keep and run left. Not much there. He's knocked down after a 2-yard pickup by Perkins. Just a quarterback run, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 for State from the 27-yard line.
Yes, State ran to the short side of the field, David. Get the weak side backer. Get Perkins over there. He just gets away from the blocker and makes a great tackle there for a short gain.
2nd and 8, quick snap, handoff, and that's going to be running to the right. Bothwell. Bothwell's going to be knocked down at the 31-yard line. Jones on the tackle. He gets 4 out of that. State's left with a 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, State ran the ball effectively the first half. I want this defensive front to really do a much better job here in the second half. Stop down some of these big chunk runs. Big 3rd down conversion here. Let's get them off the field.
Twin receivers right and left. The short side of the field's to the right. Now in motion will go Cam Ball. He'll settle as the H-back left. Taylor in the gun, has plenty of time. Fires, got his man Thompson on the hitch route at the 43. 1st down, Mississippi State. Jalen Braxton makes the tackle. 2 things there. He had way too much time and gave him plenty of time to make the cut, and plus the receiver's wide open. That's a 14-yard gain and a 1st down for Mississippi State, and they're ready to go again at that line of scrimmage. You always fear Thompson after making a catch and a miss with a big run. Bothwell off the left side. He's got running room across the 50 to the Rebel 48-yard line. Picks up about 8 on that one, pending the spot, and on the tackle is Wydette Williams for Ole Miss.
Well, I don't think they heard what I said, David. Maybe I should have gone to the locker room, but we need to shore up this defensive front here, do a much better job of stopping this Bulldog run.
But at the 48, a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 for State. Bulldogs have moved into Rebel territory now. Bothwell flips over the left shoulder of Taylor. Taylor takes the snap, runs to his right, pump fakes, now dumps it to Bothwell. Bothwell's hit and dropped at the 47. Short gain there. Perkins on the tackle. Let's see where they actually spot that. I don't think he got the 1st down.
No, he was short.
Yeah, they put it at the 47. So a 1-yard gain, Mississippi State, with a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, Rebels need to get lined up here. Big 3rd down conversion. Come away with the football.
4-man front for the Rebels. Man in motion to the near side is Ball. Hand off to Bothwell, right up the guts. Got the 1st down easily. They got a crack for him. He found it, and he gets inside the 40 to the 38. 1st down Bulldogs, a gain of 9, tackled by Gusherkin.
Unfortunately, much more than a crack, David. That was a big hole, and Bothwell just bursted through it. Rushed it downfield until the safeties got to him.
1st and 10 for State. Play action. Fake on a handoff. Taylor's going to run. He's hitting the backfield, and he will be dropped. But he does lunge forward to the 35. Does a nice job of turning nothing into at least 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 as Perkins and Dottery got him on the ground.
We brought the inside blitz, David, but the linebacker, I think it was Dottery, just simply tackled the running back, and Camario Taylor pulled it for a positive gain.
Devon Booth, who was suspended for the 1st half for disciplinary reasons, is on the field now. The graduate transfer from Utah State. He's from North Las Vegas, Nevada. 133 carries, team high, 547 yards a second. He scored 7 touchdowns rushing to lead the Bulldogs. Fake on a handoff to him. Quick pass far side. Caught to the 30, to the 25. Still on his feet, and then dropped to the 23-yard line is Ricky Johnson. It'll be a 1st down for the Bulldogs. He had a blocker out in front of him making the tackle. Williams and Ryan of Mississippi State has moved to the Rebel 24. That was an 11-yard pickup.
Yeah, big chunk plays, one after the other. Got to get better.
Ready again, and this is Booth. Tries the right side and gets knocked down by Dottery after a little bit of a gain. Chambers is in there at linebacker 2, and he was in on that tackle. They spotted the 22, so a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 for Mississippi State. Bulldogs methodically moving it down the field. They're ready to go again. Quick snap. Booth spun around at the 20 and will lower his head and get to the 17. Picks up 5, 3rd and 3. Brown and Gusherkin on the tackle for Ole Miss, and Rebels having trouble keeping the Dogs from getting positive yardage. You're looking for that stuff play. Hadn't got it yet. 3rd down and 3 for the Dogs on the Ole Miss 17-yard line.
Yeah, the Dogs' tempo seemed to have given the Rebel defense a little trouble, David. Their linebackers are getting caught up in the wash, simply not making the tackles till they get to the safeties. Got to get that shored up.
Back of the ball is toward the 18, so it's a long 3, if you will, on 3rd down. Taylor says something to his line, now backs up in the gun. There's the snap. In the pocket to throw, is going to dump it, crossing route, threw it behind the receiver, incomplete. Intended for Anthony Evans. And covering there, was that Daugherty? Daugherty might have had a chance at interception, John. It was thrown poorly behind him a little bit.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times from Taylor today where he just threw it by the receiver. But it looks like they're going to go for it here on this fourth down
conversion right here. Rebels desperately need the hole.
Fourth down, closer to 4 than 3, if you will.
Like they may have changed
and now they've
his
changed their mind. They're sending out the field goal kicker, Kyle Ferry. Ferry hit one in the first half. He's 12 of 15 on the year, 3 for 3 from this range. This will be at the 26-yard line, a 36-yarder for the left-footed kicker. And the kick is on its way, and he punches that one through, and Mississippi State cuts it to 21-13 with 10:01 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a break on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Trey Willis, left tackle. Marshall Jones, wide receiver.
Alex Philbin, running back. Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Mississippi State on the opening drive of the third quarter, 12 plays. They move at 57 yards before they stall out. Kick a 36-yard field goal officially by Ferry and cut the score to 21-13. Rebels leading by 8. But gets it back down to a one-score game, if you will. The Rebels Can Do comes in red. Fourth downs are sponsored by Mid-South Ag Equipment, your North Mississippi Case IH equipment dealer. Getting the job done starts with choosing the right red tractor. Let Mid-South Ag Equipment help find the right red tractor for your operation with locations in Byhalia, Tunica, Clarksdale, and Sumner. Or visit them online at midsouthag.com because Can Do comes in red. And the Rebels are set to go offensively for the first time in the second half. That will be coming up here shortly. Ferry, who just made the field goal, is ready to kick this one away. And back to receive for Ole Miss is Isaiah Hartrop in the end zone.
Well, David, the Rebels got the stop that they wanted to hold the Bulldogs to a field goal, but we'd like to go down and swap field goals for touchdowns as they kick it into the end zone.
Kick goes into the end zone, and Ole Miss will crank it up at the 25-yard line, first down and 10. Big crowd here. Still have clear skies, nothing falling. We've had a lot of Egg Bowls where something fell out of the sky, you know. But this one, it's a beautiful day. It's just cold.
Just crisp.
Crisp, to say the least.
Good defensive day.
Yep, good day to play some football. If you're a player, Ole Miss has brought a ton of fans. This was a powder game for Ole Miss, and there's powder blue all over the place in the stands. A lot of Thanksgiving arguments yesterday with the mixed families of State and Rebels sharing food. Now trying to settle the issue on this Friday. There's a handoff, and that's Lacey picking his way through. He's got some room. 30, 35, sideline, stiff arm, and out of bounds. After getting the first down, Lacey with a nice run. Kewan Lacey held down a little bit in that first half. Kelly Jones on the tackle. The Rebels get a first down. All first downs are brought to you by Bank First. This will be out to the 40-yard line, a 15-yard run for Lacey.
Yeah, nice run, David, finding the hole and making a cut through it.
Rebels ready again. Lacey again off the right side. Tries to make a move and nothing there. He is stuffed at the 40.
I think State decided they were going to sell out and stop the Ole Miss run game today. They brought their safeties up to the line of scrimmage. That's why we've caught them in man coverage in the secondary so much. But their safeties are doing a good job of coming up and giving additional help to the linebackers.
Dinkins and on the defensive front, and Tillman helped finish him off. No gain to the 40. Second down and 10 for Ole Miss. Ball's on the right hash. Two receivers wide to the left. Chambliss takes the snap. Here comes pressure. He's throwing deep. One-on-one. He's got Wallace through the hands at the 22-yard line. Let's check with John. Had a field level view of that one right in his lap.
I think they reached out and grabbed Wallace right there, but it went right through his hand. It would have been a good catch.
Defense
kind of had to look back over his shoulder.
We do have a penalty here, John.
Yeah, they got the holding
right here.
Yeah, they got the holding, John, and when he ran by him, but you're right, it went right through his hands. Could have been a huge gain.
He's been very sure-handed too, John. Just it seemed like it was catchable.
Yeah, it was kind of over the wrong shoulder. He kind of had to look back over his other shoulder. It would have been a good catch, but it was definitely catchable.
John Darnell, our sidelines former Rebel quarterbacks, played in this game. John, also Harry up here's played in this game. We've watched a bunch of them. Glenn and I have watched a whole bunch of them. From the 50-yard line, you get a 10-yard penalty, 1st and 10 for Ole Miss. Fake on the handoff. Chambliss wants to throw. He's being pressured. He's going to run. Starts the middle. Now comes to the near side. Now back to the middle and just dives and said, let's get what we can get. Well, he ran a lot to get about 2 yards.
Well, he did, David, and his offensive line stayed on side. He had Caden Leak breaking down about the 35. He was wide open if he just could be able to see him, but did not.
2-yard gain to the 48. Good pressure, though, by State. 2nd down and 8. Chambliss hands this one off. Diggs is in the game, and Diggs with a flag flying is going to get to the 45, which would be a 3-yard gain, but a flag comes in. Logan Diggs, 17 career rushing touchdowns at Notre Dame, 7, LSU 7, Ole Miss 3. In for Lacey. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense. Number 23. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
It's Trevion Williams. So after the 3-yard pickup, where it would have been 3rd down, the penalty by Williams is going to give the Rebels the first down. And another Bank first down for Ole Miss.
Well, we got to see it on the big screen. Did not see the 23 with the hands to the face, but the Rebels will certainly take it after the play. Got that call. It moves us down to the 30-yard line of Mississippi State to a chorus of boos here at Scott Field.
Yeah, they didn't like the call for sure. The ball at the 30-yard line, first down for Ole Miss. Rebels lead 21-13, 8:09 to go 3rd quarter. First drive of the second half for the Rebel offense. 3-man front. Handoff to Logan Diggs. Diggs straight ahead, gets to the 27, picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Logan Diggs has come in to now Kewan Lacey coming back in to take Logan Diggs out. Just don't have the same vision of number 5 of Kewan Lacey has when he's weaving through those defensive linemen. But he's back in the formation.
Red Hibbler, the tackle. Of course, Diggs coming back off a severe injury. It's good just to see him back out there getting some action in, helping the Rebel cause. They put the ball at the 28, so only a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8 for Ole Miss from there. Pistol formation with Lacey behind. The handoff to Lacey. Starts left, cuts it back up the middle, and he is hit hard just shy of the 25. The Bulldogs are really sticking the Rebels on the run game. Got an injured player for State. Silla and Tillman combined on that stop.
Official timeout for an injured player.
Ole Miss will have a 3rd down up and coming from just shy of the 25-yard line after that 3-yard pickup. But they are checking on the injured player, and that is Zachary Tillman, we think, that's down for Mississippi State.
Well, Tillman and Manning, I think they both played different safety positions, have really been all over the field, but really have helped this Mississippi State run defense today. Rebels have not gotten totally untracked. We picked up a touchdown run by Kawan Lacey early in the game, but since then, David, it's been 3 and 4 yards. We hadn't any chunk plays running the football, but they're going to continue to rush the line of scrimmage. They're going to throw it over the top here at some point.
They put it at the 26, so the Rebels have 3rd down coming up. 3rd down and 6 from the 26-yard line. The starting offensive line has gone the distance for Ole Miss. Pounds, Townsend, Sanders, Kudus, and Williams. Trips to the left with a bunch set for Ole Miss with a triangle of receivers here to the left-hand side. State trying to figure out who's going to guard who. 3rd down and 6 from the 26 of State. Big play here is Trinidad Chambliss in the gun. He's going to move Lacey over to his right shoulder, says something to Kewan. Now in motion comes Wallace, who settles along the sidelines. There's the snap in the pocket. He fires. Crossing route missed by Wallace. He holds that. It might have been 6. It may have been hot and high, but that was catchable. A couple of them that he couldn't come up with, and it will be 4th down. Good call, and he was open.
2 drops on this particular drive, David. Trey Wallace, we thought should have had both of them.
Well, that one on the replay, John, it looked like it was pretty high, but maybe should have been caught.
Yeah, he threw a fastball at him, but, he would have scored. I mean, he'd have walked in the end zone over here.
From the 33-yard line will be the field goal effort, a 43-yard kick for Carnero to answer the Bulldog kick. Snap back and down. The kick is on its way. He's got the distance, and he got the kick. And the Rebels are up 24-13 by 11 with 6:43 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We got a timeout on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Ole Miss Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
This is Rebels football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously. The best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Ole Miss with a field goal now leads 24-13 with 6:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. Both teams have had 1 possession in the 2nd half. Coors Light Mountain Cold Refreshment. Choose Chill, official corporate partner of the Ole Miss Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. Now Rebels set to kick. Chambliss now is 17-26, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lacey 17 carries, 91 yards now, 1 TD run. Taylor for Mississippi State is 8-15 for 111 yards, 1 interception. 10 rushes for him though for 89 yards and a TD. That last drive for Ole Miss was 8 plays, 49 yards, 3:18 it took with a 43-yard field goal. Evans is back to receive for Mississippi State, and Carnero is ready to kick. Beautiful day here in Starkville. Cold, but 20-25 Egg Bowl going on here at Davis-Wade Stadium. Crowd still hanging in here. Big crowd. We haven't gotten official attendance yet, but ticket was hard to get. Ready to kick is Carnero. And here it is. Nice high kick. It is going to be returnable if they elect to, and they will. And that's going to be Gayton. Oh, Gayton Fair caught it at the last moment. Then he is going to try to run. So a fair catch, and State will take it at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, you asked me about a quarter ago what we needed to do defensively, and that's stop the run, David. Well, that word is still the same one. We need to get the run stopped here. Camaro Taylor up at the quarterback positions help that run game, but the Rebels need to get some stuffs.
Taylor's got trips to the left. That's the wide side of the field. The ball's at the 25 right hash where State wants to start. There's the snap. Handoff. Fake on the handoff. Taylor wants to throw. He's in the pocket. We got him surrounded. Got him down. Boy, for a moment, I thought that Camario was going to break free. And we had guys just all around him, like 4 or 5 guys. Womack's going to be credited with the sack, the junior from Baltimore, Maryland, transfer from LSU. And it'll be at the 22, a 3-yard loss. Good start for the Rebel defense.
Yeah, good job there, David, keeping everybody in their lanes. They just collapsed the pocket on top of Taylor.
There's the snap. And it's that fake on the handoff. He's going to run again. And this time we get across the 25 to the 28. So it's a quarterback keeper for 6 yards. And on the tackle was Andrew Jones. They put it at the 29 to give him 7 yards. 3rd and 6 coming up for Mississippi State.
Yeah, another 3rd down conversion. The Rebel defense would love to get off the field, like the force of punch you've been calling for.
Twin receivers left and right. Ball on the right hash. Now in motion goes Traore. He settles. Now the snap. Pressure from behind. He steps up and now is going to take off and run. And will get the first down of the 35 up to the 38-yard line. Looked like State got away with a little holding in the backfield again there, too. And quarterback keeper hurts the Rebels. Taylor with the first down. Brown and Daughtery ended up making the tackle.
Yeah, it was a pass and play all the way. Rebels, good job in the secondary of coverage, and then Taylor just improvised, took off, and made the first down run.
9-yard pickup to the 38. First down for State. They move the chains. Handoff left. Mouthwell lost the ball, goes back to try to pick it up. It's on the ground again, and loose ball. Who's going to have it? He fumbled it, then tried to pick it up and run it again. The Rebels think they have the football, but Mississippi State is going to be credited with the recovery. Womack and Daughtery were over there in the area. Wow, Fluff just lost the ball. Now Booth is going to come in for him. This will be a loss from the 38 back to the 1-yard line. That'll be a 7-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 17.
Yeah, once you fumble the football, you'd think you'd go over and get on top of, but the running back simply went over and tried to pick it up and run with it again. Rebels have converged.
Dangerous to do, and it almost cost him. Empty set here. Taylor fires to the far sideline, got his man, and complete, and then knocked out of bounds along the sidelines.
Yeah, a little quick toss out to the sideline, and nice little run after the catch. But
that was Booth, the running
back.
Booth,
a quick hitter out there to him, but picked up a nice.
Up to the 38-yard line. It'll be a 7-yard gain. And 3rd down and about 10 and a half. That's almost the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd down, about 10. Big play here for the Rebels.
Yes, you want to get off the field.
Gun formation. There's the snap. Taylor runs out to his right. Looks downfield. Being chased. He's hit and now settles and dumps it downfield. In fact, threw it away. He just threw it out of bounds here on the near sideline. It'll be 4th down, and State will have to punt. Yeah, good pressure by Daughtery and Uman Mielen here.
It was, David. Number one, Uman Mielen was able to get towards the quarterback, Taylor, who just simply sprinted out towards the State sideline and could not find anybody open. Thought Uman Mielen was going to have the sack, but Taylor, big, strong guy at 6'4", 240, was able to pull away and simply threw the ball away. But the Rebels do hold. They're going to get the punt right here.
Pulliam set the punt. Snap is good. Left footer gets into it. It's kind of a short line drive type punt, but a fair catch called for by Wallace, and Ole Miss will have it around the 23-yard line. We got a timeout. Ole Miss with a chance to extend the lead, leading by 11, 24-13, with 3:43 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Hey y'all, I'm Steve Azar, inviting you to escape to Pearl River Resort, where the fun is going non-stop. Go off the deep end at the South's most exciting water park, Geyser Falls. After the thrills, test your skills at the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. There's dining delight and love at first sight. And it's always no work and all play at Silver Star and Golden Moon Casinos. So come on, leave it all behind and head to Pearl River Resort.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Ole Miss pride. When I'm carrying the Ole Miss Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Ole Miss gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra hottie toddy from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Rebels to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Ole Miss Football on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
We have 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to play in this third quarter in Starkville. 24-13, Ole Miss leads Mississippi State. They moved the ball from the 21 to the 23, which makes that punt a 39-yard punt, and Ole Miss will start at their own 23-yard line. Mississippi Ford dealers and Ford F-150, official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels. Got a crew here. David Cullen along with Harry Harrison, John Darnell on the sidelines, Rick McKay spotting offense, Fish Robinson spotting the defense, Glenn Waddle handling the stats. His 600th game in a row to see Ole Miss play.
Incredible.
Woo!
Incredible.
Unbelievable. We interviewed him in a pregame show. 600 in a row.
Started when he was 2.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, he was a little bit older. We got Houston McDavid in the booth as well. He spent a lot of years here. He was Jack Crystal's engineer for a long, long time, and we converted him. It took a while, but we did that.
I think State kicked him to the curb by his parking pass.
Yep. Brett Norsworthy and Gary Darby, of course, in our pregame, postgame show. Good to have G. Dar back from California out there with the basketball team. Wesley Webb is with us. He shouted, "Hey, Wesley, good to see you." He's from Oxford. He goes to the wrong school, but we're glad to have him aboard as well. He does high school football for Senatobia. All right, here we go. See what the Rebels can do from the 23-yard line. There's the snap. Back to throw. Chambliss going deep. He's got his man, and off and incomplete. A drop one, and boy, Lane is livid again. They continue to hold our receivers. It was intended for Wallace. Brumfield grabs him with the ball in the air, and Lane is just going crazy.
And I get that, David, but we should have caught this ball.
Number 4, 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
All right, so they did get a holding early on.
Yes.
So they did call. Let's check with John Darnell. That was Brumfield holding.
Yeah, I mean, they held him again, but he still got behind him and still could have made the catch.
Should have made it. That's the bottom line.
Should have made it, John.
We're going to get the call right here anyway.
10-yard penalty to the 33. First down. Yeah, it looked like he was yelling at Trey.
Yeah,
like, go ahead and forget the contact. Go ahead and make the catch. There's a handoff to Lacey. Lacey runs right, got some room to the 40, and makes a man miss. There comes a late flag behind the play, though, and it might be coming back. It was a first down run out to the 45. Lockhart made the tackle.
Holding. Offense, number 8. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That was Daquan Wright. And so now that puts the Rebels behind the chains pretty bad.
You'll get a chance to see that again. Daquan Wright, I'm not sure he even hit anybody, but they flagged him nonetheless, and the Rebels are having to back up. Got it from the spot of the foul, so it's not 10 yards from the original line of scrimmage, I don't believe.
Yeah, it goes to the 28-yard line. Ends up being basically a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 15 for Ole Miss from the 28. Ball on the right hash. There's the snap. Fake on the handoff. Keeping it is Chambliss, and he is gobbled up after a pickup of maybe a yard. State does a good job. Lockhart and Dinkins combining on the stop. So now 2nd down and 14 for Ole Miss.
Well, Chambliss did a great job of pulling the ball. It was a read option. Another defender right there to make the tackle on Lacey. So he did pull it to save the tackle for loss, but nonetheless.
Caleb Odom is checked in now, the tight end from Carrollton, Georgia, transfer from Bama. We haven't seen him today. Quick pass near side. Lee makes the catch at the 25, spun around at the 20, or I'd say 35, spun around at the 38. Mitchell on the tackle. That is a 9-yard gain, but it leaves the Rebels with 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, big conversion here, David. You like to keep this drive alive. Go down and see if we can't get another score.
Big play, 3rd and 4 for the Rebels from the 38. It's almost 5. Got to get to the 43, and the ball's a little bit past the 38-yard line. Trips to the right in a bunch set triangle, or 3 receivers for Ole Miss. There's the snap. Chambliss wants to throw. He's got his man. It's caught there at the 45. Spinning to the 49 is Deshaun Stribling for a huge first down as the Rebels get a bank first down. Mitchell on the tackle.
You never know who's going to step up out of that wide receiver room, but Stribling today has really stepped up for the Rebels.
12-yard gain to the 50-yard line. First down, Ole Miss. Keeps the drive alive, quiets the Bills. There's a snap. Back to Chambliss, being chased. Runs to his right. Got a man open on the sidelines. Quick pass over there. Caught at the 45 and spun and thrown backwards as he got to 43 is Caden Lee. Lee will have a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3. Lockhart on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
And Chambliss having plenty of time to survey the field. Just finally found Caden Lee over on the sideline, and he runs it forward for the nice gain.
2nd down, about 2.5 for Ole Miss. They put it at the 42. We'll say 2. It sounds better, doesn't it? 2nd down and 2 for the Rebels from the 42-yard line. Handoff straight up the gut. Lacey breaks the tackle, breaks another, then pulled down from behind as he gets across the 45 across the 35 to the 34. Mitchell on the tackle. And they'll spot that right at the 34-yard line. It's an 8-yard gain. A bank first down for Ole Miss.
Yeah, good job of finding a crease off that left side. And Lacey for the first down and move those chains.
1st and 10 for the Rebels at the Bulldog 34. Ole Miss leading 24-13, 46 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Odom still in the game here. He's playing this left H.
He's a big target. I bet we'll find him.
6'5". Pistol formation. Lacey's directly behind Chambliss. The handoff is to Lacey. He runs off the left side. Good blocking by the left side of that offensive line. Pounds, Townsend, Sanders. Found a little bit of a surge there. It's a 5-yard gain to the 29. Deontay Anderson, the backup defensive lineman from Miami, Florida, makes the tackle for State. 2nd and 5 from the 29. Rebels ready to go again at the line of scrimmage. Trips to the right, the wide side of the field. 3-man front for State. 1 receiver to the left.
It's like the Rebels going to check off here, David. Got 10 on the play clock.
We only had a few seconds left into the quarter.
Sure.
Quarter runs down. Chambliss said, let's don't snap this one. Just stood there. So we go to the 4th quarter. The Ole Miss Rebels are leading arch rival Mississippi State. Ole Miss 6th in the nation in the college football playoff poll, trying to secure a spot in that event. 24-13 Rebels. We'll be back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Grab your coffee and put on your sneakers because it's go time. Through Saturday, save up to 50% on everything from toys to beauty faves, winter styles, and more. Plus, earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Yep, that's extra Kohl's Cash. So run, don't walk. Just hold on tight to that coffee. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end November 29th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Inspired by the moments that matter. The last-second touchdowns. The rivals outranked. The play fakes that surprised everyone. Especially the other guy's defense. At C Spire, we connect you with all of it, on and off the field. with nationwide 5G wireless, fiber home internet, and business IT solutions. Because we're not just in your town, we're on your team. C-Spire. Customer inspired.
This is Ole Miss football from Learfield.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Snakes, zombies, sharks, heights, speaking in public. The list of fears is endless. But while you're clutching your blanket in the dark, wondering if that sound in the hall was actually a footstep, the real danger is in your hand, when you're behind the wheel. And while you might think a great white shark is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The fourth quarter. You can listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. Through three quarters, the Rebels with 242 yards, or correction, 382 yards. That's Chambliss has thrown for 242. 59 plays, 382 yards. State 50 plays, 304 yards. Ole Miss leads going into the fourth quarter, 24-13. We'll have a second down and 5. Chambliss is 20 of 29 for 242 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. And Taylor, 9 of 17, 118 yards, 1 interception. We've not seen Chapin at all for Mississippi State. They've gone with the freshman quarterback the whole way. So now the Rebels at the 29 of Mississippi State with a second down and 5 coming up. Love to extend the lead here. If you're Ole Miss, Harry.
Yeah, you want to finish, David. It's been a good drive so far. You ended the third quarter with it, but you want to finish here and really put some air between us and Mississippi State.
The Rebels get Trace Bruckler in the game, the senior from Frisco, Texas, transfer from New Mexico at tight end. Chambliss in a gun formation at the 29 of Mississippi State. Play clock down to 12. He's got 2 receivers right. Caden Lee is in the slot. Stribling is on the line of scrimmage. Wallace is wide left. Fake on a handoff. Quick pass. Near side out route caught by Lee. And he's pushed out of bounds around the 23. That should be enough for a first down. Just a quick hitter. And that one works out. Our game day sponsor for the Egg Bowl is Facebook. It's always game day in your group. Check out Facebook groups today.
Yeah, nice quick out over here to Caden Lee and a good pass from Trinidad Chambliss.
They put it at the 23. 5-yard gain, first down Ole Miss, a bank first down. Handoff, Lacey dancing around. Boy, State's got that red. 1, 2, 3, 4 maroon jerseys. No gain for Lacey on that one. Yeah, Jennings, Bingley Jones, Mitchell, all there for State.
Yeah, the safeties, everybody's crowding the line of scrimmage, David. They've come into this game making an effort not to give up a big amount of rushing yards today, and Lacey's having some tough time sledding between tackles.
No gain at the 23, 2nd and 10 for Ole Miss. Chambliss moves Lacey to his left shoulder. He's got 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Both sets are tight to the tackles. There's the snap. Pressure from State. Over the middle, bad throw at the feet of Lee on a crossing route. He was backpedaling, John, just didn't have much arm in that throw. He was getting some pressure from Bingley Jones.
Yeah, he was trying to let Caden Lee clear the defense linebacker over here, and he had to get rid of it. He was backpedaling, just had to get rid of it too quick.
So now 3rd down and 10 for Ole Miss from the 23. Odom and Diggs have checked in the game. Diggs at running back. Odom is your tight end that's checked in. 3rd and 10 from the Bulldog 23-yard line. Rebels up 11, 24-13, 13:52 to play in the game. Bryson Sanders with a snap. Chambliss throws, 1-on-1 toward the end zone. Stribling, reaches up, snags it. He's there. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
A long fade route for Stribling, David. Once again, he just goes up and high points it. State's been in a man-to-man coverage all afternoon. Decides they're going to stop the the run game, well, they've done a pretty good job of that, but we're just throwing right over the top. And once again, Stribling made the state pay with a big catch in the end zone.
Just inside the front right pylon, John. What a throw and catch.
Yeah, we've had that one-on-one. He's just a matchup problem over there for them. And I just said it the play before. Throw it to one. And great call right there. Obviously, and a great catch. He's had a great game today.
We threw it to 1, and he gets the score. We'll get his total numbers here in just a moment from Glenn. Point after attempt is coming. Ole Miss up now 30-13, 13:46 to go. Huge drive. He caught that over Brumfield. PAT is good. Rebel fans on the far side celebrating 31-13 Ole Miss with 3:46 to go in the contest. That was 11 plays, 77 yards, 4 minutes and 57 seconds. 23-yard touchdown strike from Chambliss to Stribling. Another Rebel Rags TD. Christmas time is here. Be sure you check out Rebel Rags for your gifts. Rebel Rags celebrating 20 years with Rebel Nation. Anything, everything, Ole Miss. We'll be back on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is professional ball player Jake Mangum. I know what it's like to live, eat, breathe, and play in Mississippi. And no other insurance company competes on my level like Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance. I love my home team at Farm Bureau because they get me and they get what I need. Visit favrates.com for great rates on home and auto insurance. Or find a local agent at msfbins.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of the Rebels, where over 64,000 voices rise to a crescendo, helping turn big plays into Mississippi mayhem. Ford trucks have an iconic tradition too, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 and 2024 total sales.
Ole Miss on top of Mississippi State now 31-13 with 13:46 to go. I said 6th in the college football poll. We fell to 7th, but still 7. Rebels trying to secure a spot in the playoffs, which would definitely happen with a win here, and trying to finish the deal. Evans is back to receive. Mississippi State in a almost must-score situation, you would think, on this particular possession. Chambliss for the game now. Trinidad is 22 of 32, 271 yards and 3 touchdowns. 7 Ole Miss receivers have caught passes. Lee's got 7 for 77 yards. Wallace 4 for 72 yards and a touchdown. And now Deshaun Stribling, who just caught that last TD, 4 catches for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he only had 3 coming into the day, so he's got 5 on the year, Harry.
Yes, he has, David. He's been the guy that stepped up in the second half, caught the last drive, made 2 catches are critical down the Ole Miss sideline, including the touchdown catch. And once again, he responds with a big, high-pointed catch in the Mississippi State end zone to put the Rebels up another score. 31-13 here in the fourth quarter.
Kicks it into the end zone for a touchback.
Now let's play some defense, y'all. We get turnovers here.
Rebel fans on the far side, you can hear them really roaring.
Really good crowd of Rebel fans over there.
Ball will be at the 25-yard line for Mississippi State. Powder blue game for the Rebel fans, and there's a ton of it here. Mississippi State wants to rally, get bowl eligible. The Rebels want to finish the deal, stay in the playoff hunt. Back to throw, Traore. He dumps it right over the middle, caught at the 30 up to the 36-yard line is Traore from Taylor. Good throw and tackled by Chambers. That'll be an 11-yard gain and a first down. Had a little pressure from Ryan, but he kind of jumped up in the air instead of following through. Taylor in trouble, being chased, hit around the ankles and dropped at the 32-yard line by William Eccles. What a play.
Great job there. Big number 52 from right down the road here. Houston, Mississippi. Good job of running a quarterback down by a 325-pound D lineman.
Man, he lives on a ranch, owns some horses, and not worried about a quarterback, is he? Lost to the 33. It'll be second down and 13. Quick pass near side, caught at the 41. Little out route to Williams. Aiden Williams from Ole Miss transferred to Mississippi State. He's from Ridgeland, Mississippi originally. That's his first catch
of the day
in the game. Aiden's a great receiver. We kind of, wanted to hold on to him to a certain extent. There's a lot of movement these days. That's a 7-yard pickup to the 40. Now you got a third down and 6 coming up.
The ruling on the field was a completed pass. The previous play is under further review.
They may run out of real estate here on the side. We'll watch the replay.
I don't know if he was fumbling it going out of bounds or not, but we'll get another chance to look at it.
He was right on the sidelines. Graves over there was indicating he's out of bounds. Chris Graves is in there, the junior from Fort Myers, Florida. Graves, the junior, looking for his first interception here. He's got to get him that first interception.
We need the turnover, David. Let's really send this crowd out of here.
On the replay, it looked like Aiden's right foot was out of bounds, or very close, unless he got the left foot down before the right foot hit. And we've got not a great view of it. Here's another opportunity. But now he's got it in his hands before that right foot hits out of bounds, it looks like. So I don't know if he caught it or not. Looked like he drug the left foot. It may be hard to overturn this one. It'll either be third down or about 6 for Mississippi State, or an incompletion will take it back to the 33-yard line and be third and long.
Yeah, Aiden Williams came highly recruited into Ole Miss, David. Just kind of never quite figured out our system.
Here's the call.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. A completed pass will be second down.
So Aiden Williams, it looked like Aiden got down the left foot before the right foot landed out of bounds.
Correct,
which is kind of weird falling in that sidelines, because it would be the other foot, you would think. But nonetheless, it will be third down for Mississippi State, 3rd and 6 from the Bulldog 40. You got 12:36 to play. Ole Miss leading 31-13 here in the 2025 Egg Bowl in Starkville.
You'd like to get this third down stop right here, David, and get this football back for the Ole Miss offense.
In motion goes Williams to the far side. Taylor in the pocket to throw. Scrambles. Now he's going to run to the left, and he's going to be hit as he gets to about the 50 and driven back. But he will have the first down again. We just are unable to contain him, and he'll pick up 10 yards and a first down, tackled by Chris Graves.
And once again, David, we're only rushing 3. We're rushing 3 and dropping 8, so we got doing a good job of coverage, but you're letting Kamario Taylor away from that pocket, and he's able to rush downfield for the first.
True freshman from Macon, Mississippi. Good-looking quarterback. Fakes the handoff on this play. Ready to throw. He's going deep down the far side. He's got a man open, and it's going to be knocked away at the last moment in the end zone. Brennan Thompson got past Wydad Williams, but Wydad Williams fast becoming one of the best DBs in the league. Closed the gap, and a safety jumped up and knocked it out at the last moment. Started his career at Delta State in Cleveland.
And there's an example right there, David. You never give up. You keep running. He was definitely beat, probably 2 yards behind him, but he didn't stop. Ball maybe a little underthrown, got there and knocked it away.
2nd and 10 for State from the 50. Good throw, good route. Wydad just made a play. Little hitch route, caught by the tight end, the 45 to the 40, down to the 35-yard line is Traore. We did not do a very good job of finding him, and the Bulldogs will have a first down. They'll spot it actually at the 35 of Ole Miss. That's a 15-yard pickup. Williams on the tackle.
We brought a blitz from the outside. Not sure if Sage Ryan's supposed to come get the tight end or not, but he didn't. until it was too late and pick up the first.
State ready again. Quick snap, handoff in the backfield, and gobbled up and driven backwards is Booth. Good job. First hit by Deshaun Womack and then finished off by Taj Chambers. We'll see what kind of progress they give him. None. They put it right back at the 35-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Ole Miss doing a lot of substitution along that defensive front, getting fresh bodies in there.
Running to the right on this snap is Taylor, who wants to throw, still in trouble on the sidelines. Will throw it toward the end zone, incomplete. Gushigan had a better shot at getting to that one than the actual receiver did, and that was Evans in the deep corner of the end zone. So incomplete, 3rd down and 10 for Mississippi State.
Yeah, Taylor just kept floating towards the Ole Miss sideline, hoping somebody would break open. Never did. Just simply hummed it towards the back of the end zone, I guess throwing it away. And big arm there to get it away.
Womack and Franklin had pretty good pressure. Womack checks out. Umani Ellen is checked in for Ole Miss. 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Rebel 35. Trips to the left with Ole Miss leading 31-13. Surely is four down territory. Taylor breaks away after pressure in the backfield. Gets to the 30, 25. Still running at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. The ball is knocked out from behind, but he had already broken the plane. Well, we had him in a bind, but he got away. Sure looked like some holding back in the backfield, too. But nonetheless, Taylor with a run and a TD for Mississippi State. Dogs aren't dead yet. That's a 35-yard run for the freshman quarterback.
Yeah, right. Rebels ball blitz, David. We had him in the backfield. Just simply let him get away. That's a big-time play by Taylor. I thought we knocked the ball out before he crossed the goal line, but I don't know if they're going to take a look at it or not. But anyway, big-time play by Kamario Taylor, the young freshman quarterback, to get away from pressure and score.
It was closer than I thought. State's going to go for 2. It's 31-19. If you get this 2, you can make it 31-21, make it a 10-point game. They are lined up to go for 2. That was 9 plays, 75 yards in 3 minutes and 6 seconds. 35-yard run for Taylor for the touchdown. Saw a replay. Looked like the blocking in the backfield was clean. No holding going on there.
We'd have to think Kamario Taylor's going to be running this one, David.
Here's the empty set look, and now he's going to switch it around a little bit. Still empty. He's by himself in the backfield. They'll go for it. The ball in the middle of the field from the 3. Fake on the handoff. Taylor runs out to his right, being chased. He's going to be spun around. Now dumps it in the end zone. Incomplete. The 2-point conversion is no good. Williams, good pressure. And so with 10:40 to go in the fourth quarter, 31-19, Ole Miss leading, but Mississippi State answers to keep in the game.
Yeah, they certainly do answer. We get another chance to see Kamario Taylor. He really made about 3 or 4 guys miss and then got in the secondary, and one of the safeties absolutely whiffed on him, and he just simply got it to the end zone.
We'll take a break. Time out here on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Ole Miss Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
It's 6:30 and the branch is closed.
Yep.
And you couldn't find your debit card.
Nope.
But you're going to get cash.
Yep. Cadence Bank Live Teller has extended hours, and I can get cash from my account with my driver's license.
My bank can't do that.
Nope.
With over 300 live teller locations with extended hours, there's opportunity here. Find a live teller near you at cadencebank.com/live teller. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Mississippi State's cut the score to 31-19. Ole Miss with 10:40 to go on an excellent run by Taylor. We owe you station ID. Let's pause 10 seconds on the Ole Miss Radio Network. Taylor through the air is 12 of 22 for 151 yards, 16 rushes for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns, 295 yards of total offense for the freshman quarterback. He's taking advantage of his opportunity today.
He has, David. He's a load. He's got a bright future here. His running ability has exceeded his throwing ability here today, but really bright future for this young quarterback.
Mississippi State ready to kick it. It will be Kyle Ferry.
Certainly want to watch for the onside you mentioned during the break.
We don't have Hand's team necessarily out there. This might be a good time for State to try it. They're going to kick it away. This will be short and could be returned by Hartrop. He's a yard deep. He's going to bring it out to the 10, 15, 20, puts on a side step and then kind of stumbles forward. There comes a very late flag. He got it out to nearly the 30-yard line, but there's a flag. That'll bring it back. Ferry on the tackle, the kicker himself may be holding on Ole Miss.
During the return, holding, return team number 12, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, it's not the way you want to start the drive backing it up, but Rebels do get the football. You'd like to go back down and continue distancing yourself in this contest. A rivalry game, so much riding on it here for the Rebels. We're up 31-19, 10:33 to go in the game. Lots of time left. You want this offense to continue to score.
It was a Damian Taylor, backup running back, called for that holding on the return, and Ole Miss will have to start at the 10, 90 yards away. 3-man front for Mississippi State becomes a 4-man front now. Handoff on the delay run, straight up the gut goes Lacey for 2. Second down, 8 for Ole Miss.
Yeah, they pulled Diego Pounds from that left tackle back across the formation. He just missed. They brought up a corner or safety one. Not sure which one it was, but Pounds not able to get there and block for Lacey, and he makes the tackle to the safety.
Second down, 8 for Ole Miss from the 12-yard line. Isaac Smith made that tackle. 2 receivers to the right. One of those is Lee, and the other is Stribling. Stribling goes in motion the other way. The fake to Lacey down the field. He's got a receiver caught at the 35, the 40, breaking free to the 45, to the 40 is Alexander. He could go. He does. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Yes, sir. What a weapon. We finally get it out there to Alexander, number 11, the Deuce. He beats his man down the sideline, David. I've been saying all afternoon, you keep playing that man coverage, you're going to finally throw it over the top, and the Rebels absolutely burned them right there down the Rebel sideline.
Deuce Alexander with his second touchdown of the season. Jaden Williams couldn't stay with him. 88 yards unofficially, be the longest pass of the year for Ole Miss. Let's check in with JD, who watched that one.
Yeah, just another one-on-one, a good throw by Trinidad, but we talked about this all year. Why did Wake Forest not use him? Because he's been such a weapon.
Why did Penn State not use Wallace? I mean, that's been the story of both those receivers getting in the portal. If you're a receiver somewhere you're not getting to play enough, this is the place to be.
Yes, it is.
PAT is good, and Ole Miss is up Chucky Mullins to 19. With 9:50 to go, it's 38 to 19.
I see a lot of maroon bleeding out the exits here too, David. Trying to get on home those cows.
2 plays, 90 yards in 43 seconds. Chambliss to Alexander, officially 88 yards for the TD. Another Rebel Rags touchdown. We appreciate our friends at Rebel Rags. We've got to charge Ashley and Terry and them more. Bo, I mean, this is expensive stuff, and we keep talking about you on all these touchdowns. No, they're a great spot to get your shopping done. Rebels touchdowns all year brought to you by our friends at Rebel Rags. When you touchdown in Oxford, be sure to make Rebel Rags your first stop. Rebel fans celebrating 20 years with Rebel Nation. Rebel Rags, anything, everything Ole Miss. Rick McKay and I both stopped by. They got matching new Realtree hats from them here recently, right?
I
bet I got a better discount than
you boys
did.
will collect a hat. I'll say that.
We are going to wear our hats.
Yes, sir.
Carnero's ready to kick.
So what about that response? Is that quick enough for you?
That was nice and needed, Gary.
Yes. 38-19.
Here's the kick, and this will be a touchback. 38-19 with 9:50 to go.
Still lots of time. We got to play better defense, David.
You know, you saw an outstanding drive there by State, and the young freshman quarterback, Taylor, ran it in from 35. All of a sudden, boom, energy in the stands here in Starkville, and then that one just let the air out. 88-yard strike from Chambliss to Alexander for the score. The longest touchdown pass in school history. Snead to Wallace, 2008. All right, I don't understand this. You got to put the yardage on there for me, Glenn. I don't know what that means.
88 yards. That's what he's saying.
88 is the longest touchdown pass in school history? Really? There's a handoff for a gain of 2. Tackled by Yates and Dottery. Yates is in there now. Jaden Yates, the junior from Columbus, Ohio. He has the most total tackles in a game this year with 11 against Tulane. 47 tackles on the year for Yates. Now Traylor wants to throw, has time. Hit as he dumps it right side low. Is it a lateral or not? Lateral. I think they're calling a lateral. It's picked up over there by Bothwell, and then he runs for a little bit of yardage.
They did call it a lateral backwards pass, David. And he was fortunate enough for him, he actually picked the ball up and ran it forward, so he saved the tackle for the loss, or I guess that's what it would have been a call, but got something positive out of it, stayed here with third down.
Yeah, they end up at the 30 when the dust settles after all that, and now 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Gushkin was over there to tackle him. A little bit of a high snap. Taylor wants to throw. Looks to his right. Looks to his right again. Now comes back, looks to his left, thinking about running. Runs into traffic. Now breaks out to the left, and we don't have anybody to get over there to him, and he's going to get the first down. We keep losing edge containment on this quarterback, and he runs it all the way to the 40 for a 10-yard gain and a first down.
Well, David, when you're only rushing 3 and you got 5 blockers back there, it's pretty hard to set an edge, and that's what, Pete's decided this rush 3 and drop 8. Well, we're doing a good job of covering up the receivers, but we can't get the quarterback down. He's killing us with a run.
He gets to the 39, so they gave him 9 yards, but a first down for Mississippi State. Moves the chains. Trips to the right. 1st and 10 from the 39. Fake on a handoff. Taylor wants to throw. Looks to his right. Fires it on a hitch route. Caught at the 36 by the speedster Thompson, but we're able to gobble him up and drop him around the 47. It's going to be a pickup of about 8 yards, though. 2nd and 2 coming up for the Bulldogs. You had Braxton and Yates in on that tackle.
Yeah, I mean, this guy obviously has got great speed. You want to get him down quickly, but we're just not getting any pressure on the quarterback with only 3 rushers.
2nd down, about 1 to go. Taylor to throw over the middle, overshoots the receiver. Got a little anxious with pressure in the backfield and shot it over the intended receiver, Booth, the back out of the backfield. Eccles had really nice pressure there, so 3rd and 1.
Well, we're doing a good job of substituting defensive linemen. We're only rushing 3, so those guys are getting a lot of action. But Taylor just simply rushed that pass. He had the guy open for the first, but simply rushed it and overshot him.
3rd and 1 from the 48 of Mississippi State. 7:46 left to play. Ole Miss leading 38-19. Sends a man in motion, so it's an empty set now as Bothwell clears to the far side. Now the tight end West comes in motion and settles. There's the snap. Taylor fakes running and now wants to throw, and it lobs it up in the air, and it's going to be incomplete at the 9-yard line. It was intended for Thompson, and he got kind of crossways with Gushikin, and Gushikin looked like he had a better shot at it than Thompson. Now Thompson is shaken up. Maybe just the wind knocked out of him.
An injured player.
He jumps up. I think he just hit hard on the ground. Great effort by Thompson to try to.
He's got to come out.
Yeah, he's got to come out. They don't use the timeout. He's upset that the trainers and doctors came out to check on him. Now the official's going to tell you got to leave for a play. He's not happy about it, but he was down on the ground for a while, so they had to get him out. John, let's talk about that particular play. It was kind of like a jump ball up for grabs deal.
Yeah, it's almost like the quarterback faked the run up the middle, and he dropped back and tried to throw the deep ball. 3rd and 1, really nothing to lose, right? I mean, they do have 4th and 1 right here, but they took a shot, and they might as well.
Jones is checked in at linebacker for Ole Miss. 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs from their own 48, and they will go for it on 4th and 1. Taylor takes the snap, Fakes the handoff, keeps it, runs right, and he's tackled shy of the first down. The Rebels read it beautifully, dropped him at the 48 for a 1-yard loss. Let's see, or no gain play. And on the tackle, Jones and Iman Ellen.
Yeah, 4th down conversion. They do a good job, David. Simply a read option, and the quarterback pulled it. I think he should have handed it off. Easy to see from up here. He should have let that run back go forward with his momentum, but he pulls it and runs all the way across the line of scrimmage to the right side, but the Rebels run it down, drop him for the loss, or back at the line of scrimmage, and Rebels take over here in great field position.
We'll take a timeout. 7:31 left. The Rebels get a great stop on 4th down. 38-19 Ole Miss on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Hey y'all, I'm Steve Azar inviting you to escape to Pearl River Resort where the fun is going non-stop. Go off the deep end at the South's most exciting water park, Geyser Falls. After the thrills, test your skills at the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. There's dining delight and love at first sight. And it's always no work and all play at Silver Star and Golden Moon Casinos. So come on, leave it all behind and head to Pearl River Resort.
Farming is probably the most natural thing for a person to do. It taught me how to take pride in my work, how to put something ahead of myself, whether it was getting up early to feed the livestock or working late to bring in the harvest. Farming taught me to give it my best, no matter the job. My name is Tanner. I'm a farmer. I work for Case IH.
Case IH, built by farmers.
Hey, Rebel fans. Got a house hotter than a Mississippi summer or pipes colder than your team's rival? It's time to call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Whether it's cooling you down, heating you up, fixing those leaky pipes, or keeping your lights on, Air South's got your back. We're the champions of home comfort, just like your Rebels on the field. Call Air South Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical today, where your home is our home field. Call Air South now at 662-304-8412. Air South, we care more.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus the front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Rebels leading this one, as we've talked about, trying to finish it up with State. 38-19 with 7:31 to go. Just got the stop on 4th down, and we'll take over at the Bulldog 48-yard line. Injury updates are brought to you by Richard Schwartz & Associates, your Mississippi injury law firm. One call, that's all. John, just an update on that. It seems like we've been yet again pretty clean in that category.
Yeah, we have. We've been lucky all year with that. Beavers went down today with an arm injury and left us, pretty thin at corner with Kite out. But we've done a good job in keeping everybody healthy this year.
Beavers is kind of coming on, isn't he, Harry?
Yes, he has, David. He's actually didn't play a lot in the first 4, 5, 6 games, but since then he's had a presence there. And obviously we miss Antonio Kite, number 8. He's been kind of a lockdown corner, taking care of one side, but hamstring injury out at Oklahoma. He's limited since then.
Trinidad Chambliss, ready for this first snap, is going to hand it off to Lacey. Lacey with a stutter step, pushes it to the 45, a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. The Rebels would love to run it here. Hey, the pass from Chambliss to Alexander is the longest touchdown pass in school history at 88 yards. Now, Jevin Sneed completed an 88-yard pass to Mike Wallace in 2008, but it did not score. So the 88 matches the longest pass period, but the 88 to Chambliss from Alexander is the longest touchdown pass in Ole Miss school history. Thank you, Glenn Waddle.
Glad to be here to see it. 600th
game, and Glenn's seen all of those passes, right?
I'd say, man, when you start at age 2, you get to see a lot of them.
From the 46 is where they say he only got 2 yards. Lacey again off the right side. He's got room to the 40, the 35, and knocked down at the 33-yard line. He'll have a bank first down on a 13-yard pickup. tackle by Lockhart and Lanier.
And that should push Lacey's well over 100 yards rushing, doesn't it, Glenn?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's having a good day running the football. And, you know, State been selling out on the Rebel run. They played man coverage in the secondary, brought their safeties and linebackers up just to crowd the box, but the Rebels have been able to throw over the top, and now they've loosened it up.
Rebels are huddling.
126
which
on the
is
day
like
for Lacey, David.
Really hard to fathom, but we're huddling, waiting for the clock to run down, and now go to the line of scrimmage, trying to work some clock. Coach Kiffin, Coach Weiss wants them to huddle. There's a handoff to Lacey again. Nice run inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. He'll pick up 5. It's 2nd down and 5.
He's a yak yard champion, isn't he? I mean, which is yards after contact, and does a really good job. State's tackled very well today on Kawan Lacey, but he's not stopped. David continue to run forward and have another 100-yard plus day.
Lacey entered this game second in the nation with 84 missed tackles forced, and he's had a few today. Luke Hazes checked in now at tight end for Ole Miss, a junior from Bixby, Oklahoma. Transfer from Arkansas is in for the Rebels. 2nd down 5 from the 28-yard line. Dinkins and Anderson made that last tackle for State, but not until he got 5. Rebels are going to have to call a timeout. Play clock was about to expire. Coach Kiffin clapping his hands, bringing his team over. 38-19 Rebels. Look at these fans for Ole Miss. Listen to them on the far side. They are really roaring.
Good crowd of Rebels all decked out in powder blue. Got the band over in the corner, and they're having a large time.
Timeout on the field. We're not going to break. They're keeping it here. 38-19, 5:12 left to play. Ole Miss on top.
We'd like to score again, David, really put up some points. As much as you like to say, well, you only need 1 point when you get to a bunch of humans on that college football playoff committee. You want them to remember a large score on the Egg Bowl day.
From the 28-yard line. Ole Miss with the 2nd and 5. 2 tight ends now. You got Bruckler in there as well. Again, the Rebels huddling. Got a slot to the left. Now they run to the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 5. 5:12 to play. Clock stopped after the timeout. Now we're ready. It's a direct snap to Lacey. Lacey's going to run left. Got some blockers. Now he's going to kick it outside instead, and he gets to the 20. Leaps over a man. Knocked out of bounds into the Rebel crowd. And another roar over there out of the Ole Miss fans as Isaac Smith makes the tackle. It's a bank first down, and that'll move some more clock as he's knocked out of bounds around the 18-yard line. And what a nice run there. 10-yard pickup for Lacey.
Yeah, Lacey did a good job. A direct snap to him, and it's just simply the play was called between the guard and the center, David, in the A-gap, and he just simply kicked it outside, hurdled over a guy right towards the crowd at Ole Miss, and they gave him a roaring ovation.
Pistol formation here for Trinidad Chambliss. Hand off to Lacey again. Takes it off the right side of the 15-yard line. Gets only 3. 2nd down and 7 for Ole Miss.
But the offensive line, once again, has played very well today. Pass protection has been very good for Trinidad Chambliss. Three touchdown passes on the day. And
Rebels are in the green zone now.
4.
Green zone presented by Wade Incorporated. Visit them online at wadeinc.com. They actually spotted that ball at the 16. So 2nd down and 8, only a 2-yard pickup. Logan Diggs is checked in now for Lacey. Snap, handoff, jet sweep running to the right. Hit hard to the 14 is Deuce Alexander. Couple of yards there. 3rd down up and coming for Ole Miss. Manning made sure that wasn't a big play. Rebels 69 plays, 531 yards a moment ago. He'll have to update that for me, but 7.7 yards per play prior to that last handoff. 25, almost 26 minutes now of time of possession.
Well, an 88-yard play, it certainly helps. that yards per play for sure.
All right, 3rd and 6 for Ole Miss from the Bulldog 14-yard line, right hash, in control of the game. And now we're going to have another timeout by the Rebels with 1 second on the play clock. Coach Lane Kiffin goes up to the official and calls the timeout.
Charge timeout of the half, Ole Miss. 30-second timeout.
And we will keep it here again with a lot of the State fans that have left at this point. You can see the powder blue and how many Ole Miss fans were here. That whole side on the opposite side is loaded with a lot of fans. Egg Bowl 2025. You know, these two teams are permanent, Harry. Imagine that. We're one of the three
permanent. Wouldn't have it any other way, David. Them and LSU. We thought it was going to be possibly Arkansas. Turned out to be Oklahoma, which I'm good with that also. But, you want your in-state rivalry, your SEC rival here 100 miles down the road to be your permanent opponent, and that's the way it's going to work out next year as we go to 9 SEC games.
Yes, sir. Now the Rebels are ready after a 30-second timeout. 3rd down and 6 from the 14-yard line of State. Right hash. Lacey's back in the game. He's in a pistol formation standing right behind Chambliss. There's the snap. Fake to, or give to Lacey. He runs left. He's got room. 10. There's a flag down. He is going to reach for the pylon. Close, but down at the 1-yard line. Threw a flag in the backfield holding against Ole Miss, so it's coming back.
Well, that's unfortunate, David. The really good vision by Lacey of kicking it outside and getting it down almost to the
holding.
Score.
Offense, number 85. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That would be Trace Bruckler, John. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Well, it was an awesome run by Lacey. You know, I'd like to have Lacey in a couple of weeks. I don't know why we really should have got him in there. I mean, 3 minutes to go, we pretty much got the lead, but we hadn't let up, and he hadn't let up. What a player he's been.
It's offensive line's come to play, haven't they, John?
Yeah, this line has done a fantastic job. Pounds, Townsend, Sanders, Kudus, and Williams. Sanders put out on social media this week, we will be ready.
First charge time of the half, Mississippi State, 30-second timeout.
State calls a timeout.
Operator, please put 3:02 back on the clock, 3:02 back on the game clock.
10-yard penalty puts it at the 24. So the Rebels will have 3rd down and 16 from the 24-yard line after that penalty. Ole Miss, 4 penalties for 35 yards. Mississippi State has 6 penalties for 67 yards. So primarily played pretty cleanly in this game.
Well, you hate to pick up that penalty right there, David, when Lacey had made such a good cut, got it down to the goal line. But nonetheless, Rebels had to back it up 10 on the Trace Bruckler hold. So do you throw it here or do you run it again?
I think you run it again. Work that clock some more. I don't know. Do you ever know?
Not with Lane Kiffin. I'm not sure you ever know.
3rd down and 16 for Ole Miss from the Bulldog 24. Again, the ball on the right hash. At the 24. 38-19, 3:02 left. Gun formation for Chambliss. He puts Alexander in motion, hands it to him on a jet sweep, turns the corner, now cuts it back downfield. It gets inside the 15. Nice run to the 13-yard line. It'll be 4th down, up and coming. That was an 11-yard gain.
Yeah, second charge time of the half, Mississippi State.
State's
game
going to use.
Operator, please put 2:56 back on the game clock.
State's going to use another timeout. Ole Miss will have 4th down and 5.
Thank you.
Might be trying to add some points with a field goal. We'll see with 2:56 left to play. Stops the clock. Ole Miss 4th, and officially they're saying 4. It looks like 5. Yeah, 38-19, Ole Miss is leading. Isaac Smith made that last tackle.
Isaac Smith, David, you've called his name all afternoon. I don't know how many tackles he's got, but he's been definitely their defensive star. But you get Deuce Alexander on a jet sweep with that speed and athleticism, you never know just how far he can carry it. And good job there getting it down inside the 15-yard line. And Rebels, you think Kiffin's going to go for it here, or you think he'll kick the field goal?
Well, should he stay or should he go? That's been the song they played a moment ago. So is he going to kick a field goal or not? We'll see here shortly. You know, Lane has done a fantastic.
We got that question answered. We're lining up to go for it.
Yep, Lane has had a fantastic game call today with Charlie Weiss. Rebels will go for it on 4th down and 5 from the 13-yard line of State.
Trying to draw State offside. Didn't work.
Didn't work. And stops the clock.
3rd and final charge time of the half.
Listen to the Ole Miss fans on the far side. They were challenged to come to Starkville. This is the most I've seen here maybe ever.
Yes, I have to agree.
I mean, it is amazing.
Yeah, good crowd showed up today. Beautiful day. A little chilly to start the game at 11, but good kind of weather for defenses. And
Rebels will use their last timeout. Chambliss' numbers are 23 of 33, 359 yards, 4 touchdowns, and we thought he was throwing the ball poorly after going 7 for 7 a little bit, but he got it back on track. Lacey now 27 carries, 143 yards and a TD.
Good day in your Egg Bowl. I think this is Lacey's first Egg Bowl, hopefully one of many, but it's a good start. Well over 100 yards rushing. Chambliss' first time at the Egg Bowl. That is correct. What was the yardage again?
Well, we've already done
300.
it. We're ready for this play.
Yeah. Let's pick it up right
From
here.
the 13-yard line, 4th and 5. There's the snap. Rushing to the right is Chambliss on 4th down. Rebels going for it. Fires it incomplete at the 2-3-yard line. Tried to get it to Deuce Alexander. State played that well, and the Bulldogs will take over.
Yeah, just sprinted it out. David had a guy in the flat, one behind him, and even had number 1 dribbling in the end zone trying to get open. State playing man coverage is not as hard to do when you compact the field down inside the 15-yard line. That's exactly what they did. They're going to get the football back here. We got 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Rebels up 38-19.
Correct. Kelly Jones on that defensive play for Mississippi State. And the Bulldogs will take over at their own 14-yard line. State fans that are still here honoring their team with the cowbells as they do on a regular basis. Some of the diehards still here and hanging in there. Tyler Banks has checked in at linebacker for Ole Miss, the 2025 Chucky winner from Blackstone, Virginia. He's played a lot of football for Ole Miss. Taylor to throw. Little hitch route is caught by Thompson at the 24 and dropped at the 25. He'll have an 11-yard gain and a first down.
Well, let's don't go to sleep here and let State drive all the way down here and score. Let's play some defense, get some pressure on this quarterback, make the young freshman maybe throw an interception.
Gushikin and Graves combined on that stop. They're ready to go again. Taylor wants to throw, steps up in the pocket, runs out to his right, and just throws it out of bounds. Nobody open, so he threw it out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 for Mississippi State from their own 25-yard line. Eccles and Perkins trying to chase him there. 2:22 left to play. Ole Miss leads 38-19 here in the 2025 Egg Bowl. The first game of a day full of pretty interesting SEC matchups.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Shortly, we have the Georgia kickoff between them and Georgia Tech.
Fletcher,
and then tonight, the Texas kickoff.
Fletcher has checked in for Ole Miss. Back to throw. Taylor, the pocket, threw it high on a crossing route, trying to get it to Evans. It sailed high and incomplete. 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Bulldogs.
You know, if you can get pressure on Taylor, the young quarterback, still not getting his feet set, David. He's trying to throw off his back foot. He's not had enough snaps to really get those feet set and step into the football. But Rebels continue to need to get pressure on him, and let's take the ball back away. Finish this thing out.
3rd down 10 for Mississippi State. Their 4th down territory rest of the game, if you will. 3 receivers to the left for Taylor. Here comes the rush. He's in the pocket. State's done a good job of their offensive line protecting. Now he breaks and runs, and he can run for days. 35, 40, 50, slides down at midfield. Again, breaks free and gets a big gainer with 2:02 to go. We're going to hit the 2-minute timeout out to the 50-yard line. That was good for 25 yards for the freshman quarterback. Got his opportunity. He's done a good job. We'll take a timeout as well. Ole Miss leading with 2 minutes to go in the game by a score of 38-19. We'll be back as you're listening to Ole Miss football from Learfield.
Trey Willis, left tackle.
Marshall Jones, wide receiver.
Alex Philbin, running back. Hi, I'm Tim from C-Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C-Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C-Spire, customer inspired.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Ole Miss pride. When I'm carrying the Ole Miss Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Ole Miss gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra hottie toddy from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Rebels to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
This is Jake Mangum for Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance. One of the most underrated attributes in baseball is determination. It's one thing to want to do something and another altogether to get it done. That's why I love the team at Farm Bureau. They get the job done every single time. If you aren't already on the team, it's time to join Farm Bureau. Visit favrates.com for great rates on home and auto insurance, or find a local agent at msfbins.com. Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Rebels lead 38-19 over State with 2 minutes left to play in this game. True Care is changing the healthcare game to help Mississippians live their best life now by combining the experience of a national health plan with the local knowledge of Mississippi health providers. To learn more, go to truecare.ms. They sponsor our Game Changer, that drive to end the first half, second quarter that ended on the touchdown strike to Stribling is our True Care Game Changer. With 17 seconds to go until halftime. There's the snap. Chambliss in the pocket. One-on-one. End zone. Grab. Did he stay in bounds? They're saying touchdown. Ole Miss. Stribling goes up in a one-on-one. Snags it and brings it down over Javen Williams. And the Rebels get 6. That's with 12 seconds to go in the half. Put us up 21-10. And obviously that was huge. That's our True Care Game Changer. We also got a penalty here. 15 yards down to the 35. What's that all about, John Darnell?
Yeah, the side judge ran into one of our coaches or staff members on the sideline, just like it happened in one of the earlier games this year, and they tacked the penalty on. Lane Kiffin wasn't happy about it.
It wasn't you, right?
It was not me. It was not me, I promise you that.
Well, the Rebels are obviously in control of this game, but you really don't want to give up another score right here, 38-19. Got 2 minutes to go in the football game.
Yeah, Mississippi State wants a score, onside kick, looking for something big. And now Taylor in the backfield is going to be sacked. Held it a little bit long, and we really beat the offensive line this time with several players, led by Prince Will Uman-Mielen, who gets the sack. And that will be marked at the 40, a 5-yard loss after the penalty moved it to the 35. So 2nd and 15 for Mississippi State.
Yeah, good job of coming around the corner with a speed sweep, David. Uman-Mielen got there quickly.
Taylor to throw again, near side. Got his man. A little catch along the sidelines of the 35 by Aiden Williams, the former Rebel. Hauls it in, is spun down and tackled there. Perkins on the stop. They know each other and jawed back and forth a little bit. It's to the 34, which is a 6-yard gain for the Bulldogs. And now 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Taylor sets up, lobs it downfield, threw it away out of bounds. He just chunked out. He's really upset with himself. I don't think he wanted to throw that out of bounds, so it may have come out of the hands. Kind of funny. Perkins had pressure on him. So the incompletion will give Mississippi State 4th down and 9 from the Rebel 34-yard line. Ole Miss leading 38-19. There's only $1:11 left to play in the contest. Mississippi State has 2 timeouts left. Trips to the right, a triangle set there. Got to get 9 yards to keep it going. Back to throw is Taylor looking, lots of time. We only got a 3-man rush, and now he points downfield. Now being chased and gets away from the linebacker Jones. Comes to the near side, it's hit as he throws it downfield in the end zone. Incomplete. Taylor is shaken up a little bit as he was hit hard by Womack in the backfield right at the throw. And it's incomplete, and Ole Miss will take over, and this one is all but done.
Yeah, the Rebels, good job there of getting the stop. It really just didn't, as a Rebel fan, you didn't want State scoring again, 38-19 with 55 seconds left, and the young quarterback not able to throw the football really accurately down the field. Rebels finally got a little pressure on him there on the 4th down conversion, and he simply threw it where nobody could catch it.
So Ole Miss will take over the 34-yard line with 55 seconds left to go in the game, leading 38-19.
State with what, 1 timeout left? Is that correct? No timeouts. So
are they at 0? The board has them with 2, so they're at 0.
We're going to take this is the old victory formation, David, the one you like.
Gotta like it. There's the snap back. And he'll go down on a knee. Hey, you can celebrate this Egg Bowl victory with an official Ole Miss cigar. There'll be some cigars being smoked here shortly. Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars is the home of the Ole Miss cigar collection. Go to rebelscigars.com to find custom Ole Miss cigar boxes and cigar accessories. Bocock Brothers is the cigar of champions. Rebels close to winning the Egg Bowl. Another snap and a knee goes down. Bocock Brothers Cigars, proud to partner with Ole Miss during this special season. Rebelcigars.com, the home of the Ole Miss Victory Cigar. Get you one, Harry, because the clock is winding down. The two coaches will meet and shake hands. Good friends. They coached together at Ole Miss for a while as Lebby was Lane's offensive coordinator. They're going to hug next right there. Long hug by the two. And the game comes to an end, and the Ole Miss Rebels knock off the Mississippi State Bulldogs 38-19 to win the Egg Bowl, to go 11-1, secure a spot in the college football playoffs. We'll see that coming up, and who knows, we'll just wait and see how everything else plays out. But nonetheless, the Rebels go to 11-1, the first 11-win regular season in school history.
Dave. We got 11 wins 2 or 3 years ago after winning the bowl in Atlanta, the Peach Bowl, beating Penn State, but that was including the bowl game. This year we go 11 wins in the regular season.